Got a bit rate and we've got a live counter ticking up, so we should be live very shortly, if we aren't
We are
already.
live. We are live.
Then welcome back everybody to the Storytime Network. It is the 28th of October in the parts of the world that decided to leave the glorious empire, but the 29th in the not so glorious empire. But
You know,
regardless,
the single holiday celebrated the most in the world is independence from the British.
yeah, for good reason.
That
It's
yeah, no, that completely makes sense.
just a shame certain countries decided to take the example of the British and be just as bad.
Hey, that ain't my fault.
No, but really says something about the education system when I saw a tweet about somebody talking about oh, look at what we've done to fuck up the Middle East in the last 20 years, and we're just like, pal, you've been fucking up the Middle East for the last 200 years. Don't, it's not a new thing. You should really have stopped by now.
I
I
mean, it's not just the Middle East.
I mean, it's not just the Middle East, and the Middle East is an inherently stupid concept because, hey, the Middle East has covered countries as far east as, like India and Pakistan, and as far west as Morocco, which is further west than Britain. But that's
terminology aside.
that's a different stream. That's me sharing my pedantic views on history and other such things. Today, because it is nearing Halloween, we are going to be ranking the best horror movie villains or monsters. Just as a warning, none of us are particularly horror movie aficionados.
You might want. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna scroll down now. This is
I
what
was
we've
gonna
got.
Say...
There were like Tiermakers that had more, but frankly, we're pushing it with this. I personally have watched maybe half a dozen horror movies or thrillers.
I recognize most of these, and I have seen about maybe a dozen of these movies.
I recognize most of them, but as I said to Jack before the stream, it's more because of like parodies other things have done of them than the actual actual movies themselves.
Yeah.
Which is it's not ideal, but it's what we've got. Because let's be real, the real horror movie aficionados are not as common as you'd think. Right? Like, I feel like it takes like a very specific sort of person to have a real passion for horror movies beyond like just the entertainment value.
I think to an extent, like part of my issue is that I just don't particularly like jump scares, and a lot of recent horror movies have just gone so far in that direction.
You can't even like say recent. Like a lot of the Gen 1ers, as you will, the what do you call it? I feel like hipster is a term that's like lost all meaning. So what do you call the people who are like the only things that are good are things that are 400 years old?
I think that's nostalgia filter talking, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I still call them hipsters.
Or
fair enough.
They could be traditionalist assholes too.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yes.
I mean, me personally, I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I find it hard to take seriously a film without a certain level of effects, but, I know I'm a snob.
I mean, that's just Seinfeld, the Seinfeld effect in action.
So,
But anyways,
yeah.
Let's get started. First up is, did you say Annabelle?
Annabelle doll.
So
I
can
don't
we?
really like dolls personally, but
So may I make a suggestion?
Yes,
yes,
Annabelle and Chucky are the same thing.
probably. Yeah.
yes. But Chucky is more entertaining because he's funny sometimes.
Chucky is campy. I wouldn't say funny.
Fair. But Annabelle takes itself way too seriously, in my opinion.
That said,
They're dolls. You can kick them away.
Yeah, I'd say D tier.
I would. I was gonna
Or
go
shit
shit.
tier.
I was gonna go shit tier, but again,
Go
I've not
for it.
watched these
Go for
films. I'm probably pissing some people off by just saying, "Oh, they're dolls. You can kick them away."
I mean, no, I think D or shit tier is probably accurate. Nothing I've heard of Annabelle makes me think it's remotely scary.
I mean, again, my my experience with both Chucky or Annabelle is limited to how it was treated in fucking which book? Proven Guilty of the Dresden Files.
Right.
The fact that I
Yeah, that'll
think
do it.
Dresden just fucking like used his staff to fucking whack the head off the doll like instantly.
That was funny.
Yeah, so I'm just like, why can't anyone do that? The
well,
dolls.
but you say that, but like Harry Dresden though.
Yeah, but and at the same time, horror movie characters in general are fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, my friends have died. Oh, a lot of my friends have died. Oh, hey, there's this noise coming from the basement. I should go check it out on my own without some lights. Or a weapon.
Yeah.
I still say they're
I don't know.
I still say they're a doll, and you can just fucking like, how much can a doll really do?
I don't know. Put it in shit tier.
I will say this though.
Hmm.
When you're like 4 years old, it's very scary.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you're a
And,
small
like,
child, they're terrifying.
I will
but-
say this. I will say this. Conceptually speaking, the idea of like horror Toy Story
Hmm.
is kind of terrifying, right?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Like, on a conceptual level, I would say that the execution of the specific what's its face,
Doll.
the specific dolls in these cases, that could use some work. But on a conceptual level, the idea of a children's toy that is like supernaturally powerful and wants to murder you, there's just something about it that. Ugh.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, the
Part
idea
of the reason
the idea of inanimate objects becoming animate, like out of your field of vision, is pretty scary.
I mean, part of the reason why I want to give Chucky the benefit of the doubt over Annabelle is because Chucky is one of the OGs for the scary doll.
I will say now I will allow Chucky to go into D.
I want to put him in C for Chucky just because of the naming fun, but I wouldn't put him higher.
Fine, fuck it. I don't. No, I have no
we'll get
attachment.
to him
I have
when
no
we get to him.
attachment to this. So plant
Now,
monster.
next one is the killer plant from Little Shop of Horrors.
The Chlorofiend, if we are going by Dresden standards.
I would say the Chlorofiend is much more terrifying, but so the thing about Little Shop of Horrors is that it's like the plant is very much a secondary part. Like the real monsters in that movie are the human beings.
Wasn't there an alternate ending where the plant monster winds up taking over the world?
I mean, I don't know. I've never watched the movie. I've only read synopses and parodies.
Fair enough. I do remember reading trivia though that there was an alternate ending where the plant monster took over the world.
If they end up taking over the world, that does suggest they should be pretty high.
That
Could be
said,
fair.
I mean, is that testament to the intelligence of the monster or to the stupidity of the human species?
Why not both?
I mean, at the end of the day, as said before, people in horror movie are fucking idiots. So we can't sort of like all of them have a base level of sheer stupidity that we should, yes, take into account to an extent, but at the end of the day, they're all working on a similar playing field.
We're also grading on a curve here.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'd say B tier just because it has the potential to take over the world, even if it is just an alternate ending.
I would put it
At the same time, they are plants. Get fire. Fire, you idiots, fire. Or,
no, magic plants not necessarily follow the same rules.
I mean, I've not watched the movie, I've not even read the synopses. Maybe they tried fire, I don't know.
Probably, yes.
That would personally be my first instinct coming up against Killer Plant. Or, sharp implements.
Well, I mean, the story of this Little Shop of Horrors, is it not that, it's... The plant is the main character's waifu?
No.
We aren't onto that tier list yet.
No, wait. Was the story not the fact that...
I don't know.
What's his face? The dad from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is like, I love you, you are a plant, and therefore I must feed you people?
Little Shop
I
of
don't
Horrors.
recall that.
Oh, hey, it had John Candy in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Rick Moranis who played the lead, wasn't
Yeah, that's what
Rick Moranis.
His name is Rick Moranis.
Steve Martin was also in it.
Yeah, he played the depraved dentist. We were taking way too long in just one entry, though.
I mean, it's not like we have to.
Like some of these are going to be simpler than others.
Yeah.
Which he dubbed Audrey 2 from a Chinese flower shop during a solar eclipse.
Huh.
Told you it was his waifu.
Bit of a stretch, but okay. Anyways, I'd say B or C tier.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and go B.
Next one up is the Babadook.
Babadook is freaking
Brilliant.
terrifying, but it's also like a metaphor for depression. So so the Babadook on its own is like E or A tier. As a metaphor for depression, it's like depression. Where does depression fall on the tier list? I feel like we should just have a separate depression tier.
I mean, just based on the strength of the core alone, combined with the terrifying monster, I'd say this ranks at least an A tier.
I maintain that it's a horrifying manifestation of human depression, and it should have its own tier. Or at S tier minimum. 'Cause let's be real, you don't get much better than this.
You're
as far
right,
as horror is concerned.
S tier is
Right?
fine, yeah.
I have very little opinion.
I'm fine with S tier.
So,
Next one up, though,
Jigsaw.
is Jigsaw.
This one I have experience with. I have watched a few of the Saw films.
What are we thinking?
Jigsaw is difficult because
I'm pretty sure there's multiple Jigsaw.
There's like 4 or 5 Jigsaws at this point. I happen to read the synopses of the films
there's
today.
The original Jigsaw, and he has like 3 apprentices or 2 apprentices. I forget.
There's Amanda from the first film, then there's Hoffman, then there's Lawrence from the first film, who ends up being an apprentice as well. I think there might be one more, and then there's also a copycat killer in the one with Chris Rock.
I'm sorry, there's a Jigsaw movie with Chris Rock?
Yes, Spiral. Came out very recently, I think 2021.
Earlier this year.
Yeah.
Like a
Hey,
month or
no,
two
is
ago.
it like part of the canonical Jigsaw franchise, or is it just?
Yeah, it's literally
It's-
called Spiral from the Book of Saw.
I mean,
Huh.
the killer is not technically affiliated with Jigsaw, or just a copycat, but it's the same sort of like.
If it's the same
idea.
universe, then it
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah, it's the same universe. But yeah, like, are we going
Let's
for?
just
Are we going
assume
for
OG
the?
Jigsaw for the purposes of simplicity. Let's just assume OG.
OG
Yeah,
Jigsaw was pretty
probably.
good.
A or B?
So like, I find the basic premise of Jigsaw to be terrifying. The whole torture porn aside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be real.
Oh no, it's torture porn.
The initial purpose of that franchise was to be torture porn,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
I mean, I would argue that that aspect has gotten, more and more prevalent as time has gone on, with the
Yes.
increasingly inventive ways that people.
well, yes,
are
no,
trapped.
but the thing is, they like to pretend that there's like some sort of deep story nowadays,
Mm.
to a certain extent, right? Like they
Yeah.
like to be like, oh, but the lore, guys. There's lore now.
I mean, it isn't the law that he was like. Isn't the law that he's basically fucking what's his face Drillhead from ID Invaded?
I have not watched that yet, so spoilers, please.
Oh no.
It's not that much of a spoiler. It's fucking 2 episodes in.
Anyway.
Well,
I think we should just hear this, dude.
I'm happy with A.
A tier is fine by me as well. Yeah.
A tier works for me. I do not recognize this next one.
Goat-looking person or
So,
creature.
Oh,
I have
Baphomet.
from what? That's like very. That's there's like 4 billion different Baphomets.
I'm pretty sure this is the version from the horror movie The Witch.
Ah, the witch or the Vivitch?
The Vivitch.
Vivitch, right? Okay. So, that's another
That's
one
just
where. That's another one where humans are the real monsters until they're not. But I mean, that movie, the monster is less important than like the atmosphere. Like in a vacuum, I would say C tier or thereabouts.
That sounds about right. Next one is the iconic Bruce from Jaws.
So on the one hand, it's pretty scary. On the other hand, explosives exist. And also,
yeah,
it's
that's how
landlocked.
On the other hand, it's done a lot of
Or,
damage
like-
to Shark's reputation. Unnecessary
Yeah,
damage.
okay, so if we consider the meta horror of just how badly it's tricked over sharks, then sure.
I'd say A tier.
Above or below Jigsaw?
I would
Hello.
call it like C tier.
Ooh.
Cause like that's the thing, right? It's just like
I mean, yeah, like if you want to get away from it, you just
you
Don't
just
go
like
on the
go
water.
on land.
You
Like,
just
there's
go on land
really
or-
no need.
you get a bigger boat. You don't get a tiny fishing boat that it can, tear apart with its teeth. You get a big fucking cruise liner and deal with it from the top of that.
I guess, but I still don't think it merits being in C tier.
I'll give it B tier.
It's
Okay.
just because I'll live with that, but it's just like a lot of these are just very preventable.
Again, that's
Yeah,
horror
I
movies
guess.
in general. Like,
No, but like some of these even more so than usual. It feels like.
I don't recognize this next one, but I think this is the monster from The Thing. I could be wrong, though. No, that's
Uh,
further down.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I feel like I know what that is. You know, you can just do a reverse image search.
That's very hard to do on Tiermaker.
What? Can you not
You
just
have
like?
you have to save the image and then you have to do a reverse
Oh
image
God!
search.
Why?
Yeah.
Because none of these seem to have like a doc listing the names of everything.
Yeah, which is a pain. So, okay,
Yeah.
that's saved. Uh,
I think this is the thing from the thing, but I could be wrong.
Oh, it could be the thing from the original thing as opposed to the second thing.
The shitty remake.
oh, well, that was fucking helpful. Okay, let me do this instead. Take a picture of it with my phone. If you're not gonna.
Like some of these are very iconic movie monsters or villains, and some of them are much more obscure.
Then send it to myself. Seeing as, just right clicking save as didn't work.
Hmm.
Okay. Come on, mouse, work. I mean, how well that'll, show up is... Yeah, that's not gone well. Oh, Hellraiser. Hellraiser.
Oh.
Wait, I
Okay.
thought Hellraiser was Pinhead.
No, there's two different villains for Hellraiser, but it says a lot that we recognize Pinhead from. We recognize Pinhead a lot more than this dude.
I mean, like, Pinhead is kind of just terrifying on a second hand, like the feeling you get when you see someone like stab themselves by accident, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
So, is this, if I'm looking at the cast list correctly, is this the Butterball Cenobite?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, look, I hate to say it, but he does look like it.
So...
I mean, I kind of want to put him in D tier, just because he's so unrecognizable.
Yeah,
he looks really lame.
Pinhead is one thing. This is just the why? Who are you? And why do you matter? The answer is you don't.
Cool.
D tier, I'd say.
Cool.
Next one is the Candyman.
Can the Candyman can?
Yes, the Candyman can.
Can he take sunrise?
I think he's a pretty strong one. I haven't seen any of his movies.
So I feel like Candyman is like in a very weird place in that Candyman is a cultural icon that and yet very few people have seen his movies or like remember his movies.
I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of him.
There was a recent Candyman movie just earlier this year.
I know.
It got really good reviews. But like, I want to say just because of his cultural impact, he should be a bit higher than like C tier at least. He should be at least B tier.
I would say B tier is fair.
Let's put him between Audrey and Bruce.
Those are just some very like. Can we just talk about how those are just very, very inane names for a large fish and plant.
A giant killer plant.
Plant waifu.
Yes. They are weird names. You know what's not a weird name is Carrie.
Okay, so Carrie is like... Honestly, the villain of Carrie is...
Her mother.
No, the American education system.
Mm.
Oh, that too. I want to put Carrie pretty high up though because she is iconic.
Oh, she's absolutely iconic as hell. The problem is that she's. I don't feel good calling her the villain.
Mm.
Well, this is this is horror characters / monsters. And if we rank her as just a character,
As just a character, yes, but like she is not a monster. Well, she's not so much a monster as the product of a deeply flawed society.
I mean,
could you not say that about a lot of these, like Jigsaw, for example?
No, Jigsaw's just like.
I would say Carrie qualifies as a tragic monster. If nothing else. But I still think she belongs in, like, A tier.
I can live with that, I suppose.
I mean, I've seen many parodies of her, so, you know, she's well known at least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you know the premise of Carrie, Mill?
Vaguely, yes. Bullied girl goes to prom, has blood tipped on her. She goes insane.
Well, she also has psychic powers.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is that she's, like, telekinetic.
Yeah, I know. I knew about that as well.
But, like, the thing is, it's very, very stupid to piss off someone who's telekinetic.
I mean, to be fair, none of the people knew she was telekinetic.
Also, horror movie stupidity.
Also, this is Stephen King, so.
Yeah, and I don't think that's an upside. I have like, look, he's never gonna live it down.
Speaking of it, there are two different versions of Pennywise on here.
Yeah, but did you get it? Because like he's never gonna live it down. Because like it.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I caught that. The next one I think is another Cenobite.
It is the Chatterer, who is apparently actually well regarded in the franchise.
All right, we'll put him. I don't know.
C? I don't know.
Feels like there's a lot of these things.
I think there are 4 Cenobites on here.
Like, in general, I feel like there's more of these than there should be.
Probably.
Yeah, C tier. Just
C tier, high C tier.
Yeah.
At the very least, better regarded than Butterball, and actually has a Wikipedia page.
Okay.
Hello, Biscuit.
What's up, Biscuit?
He does not approve of the mention of Stephen King because of what he did to that dog on cocaine.
Jojo?
Yes.
There's a dog on here.
I still find it hilarious that entire book was written on cocaine. Like, I can understand writing parts of it on cocaine, but apparently the entire thing was written on a cocaine binge.
That's hilarious.
Or, like, not binge, but, like the entire... Like, there was no sobriety for any part of that book's writing.
Anyways,
Anyway, it doesn't really show.
Chucky, again, like, doll.
C tier.
Mm.
C for Chucky. And Campy.
No, I'll
I
stay
think we should put him above
Campy, at least, yeah.
Fine.
I do think we should put him at the top of C tier, though.
What'd be this one? I don't recognize that one.
The Cloverfield monster.
Oh, God. Which one? Aren't there, like, several Cloverfield monsters? Oh, no, you mean... Oh,
the OG. The OG.
The big one, yes.
The big one.
Big boy. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back because I gotta, like, switch devices.
Mm.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm talking to the people. Biscuit. I'm doing a podcast. It's ranking movie monsters.
Fuzzy.
I'll be right there.
Alright. Cloverfield monster. I want to say C or D tier.
Cloverfield. I feel like the... Is that the one with the, like, fucking,
it's where the Statue of Liberty gets beheaded.
That's not what I remembered, but it was the one with the video camera stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the found footage one.
Yeah.
It was a found footage one about a kaiju attack on New York, and that's kaiju.
Unfortunately, the only parody I've seen of it was the South Park one, which was not respectful.
Yeah, South Park never respects anything, though.
Mm.
I don't know. What do you think? C or D tier? Doesn't really have much in the way of culture impact.
Yeah, as I said, that's the only real reason I really know about it. It got a manga and a prequel manga at that. What? I'm sorry.
That's fucking wild. I'd say D tier. High D tier. We can readjust it as we go on.
Wait, which one are we talking about now?
Just
Still
still
Cloverfield
Monster.
I'm sorry, the Cloverfield Monster got a manga?
Apparently.
Yes.
Huh.
Next up is the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Cloverfield / Kishin.
The
So
fuck?
the creature from the Black Lagoon, I would like to posit that it gets an upgrade because of the fact that it's very frequently used in relation to the song Ocean Man. And I find that very funny.
That is funny. I will also
So-
say that it is much parodied
Yes.
and much homaged. So it is very iconic and influential.
Does it leave the water?
Yes,
Yes.
it can leave.
It is in fact amphibious. Also, this is what the creature from the Black Lagoon is. What that one episode of Camp was referencing, Mel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one, the fish.
The fish
human
romance
hybrid
one.
son, the fish human hybrid son of the camp owner man.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that guy. But yeah, so the creature from the Black Lagoon is in fact amphibious. It's a bit slow though. Also, you know, it's like
yeah, we should take into account speed. If you can get away with it, like on a scooter.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Okay, no, you can outrun it in any vehicle, more or less.
How quickly do you have
fair.
to be moving on foot to get away from it? Can you move at a light jog and still get away?
Probably.
No, you'd have to sprint.
For how long?
Okay.
It probably has better endurance than you.
I mean, my point is, you know, you obviously sprint to put some distance between you, but can you then move at a light jog and it won't catch up to you?
No, it would probably catch up. You'd have to like keep the sprint going for the entire time. It's like
Does it have a habit of
Distance-
sabotaging vehicles?
no, it is not. It doesn't really have intelligence.
I'm going for B tier then.
B tier. B tier sounds fine.
If you can get away with it in a vehicle and it's not gonna like destroy that said vehicle, it's not that scary. Above or below Jaws?
I mean, it's amphibious, so I'd assume above.
Yeah.
I do not recognize the next one.
Me neither.
It seems like is that a jigsaw? Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Let me
It's like a-
reverse Google it again.
I know the next one is another Cenobite, but I don't really recognize that Cenobite.
I think it's probably the female one. By the looks of
Mayhap.
things.
Mayhaps.
Why is that taking so long to load? Okay,
Oh
it's
no,
moving.
it's a Bitcoin miner. What are the kids mining these days? Ethereum?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't fucking 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 know. I don't fuc
Oh, goody! Dictionary definitions of scary.
Oh, fun.
See, I don't.
So the monster was fear the whole time.
What is it? Seriously.
Nothing's coming up is the thing.
Shall we just like put it in? We should probably put it in. We should probably make a do not recognize tier
I'll do.
Yeah. Let's do that.
and just pop them there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's female Cenobite.
Okay, so
Once a sin
I mean-
obsessed nun. AKA
That's-
Deep Throat. Ugh.
oh, that's
Ugh.
just not cool. Just like this is not. This does not fly in the 2020s.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like it's the fetish Cenobite.
Though many fans refer to her as Deep Throat because of her iconic throat and larynx mutilation.
Ah.
No, but like you know that's not what they're thinking.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Probably not, yeah.
D tier then?
Just on principle, yes.
Let's put it between Butterball and Cloverfield then.
See, the Cloverfield monster has the advantage of it's freaking huge.
Yeah, we could kind of bump that up to C actually.
Yeah, right? Because, like, I'm surprised you ranked it so low since it's, it's a kaiju is the thing. And I feel like kaiju, by default, have a decent amount.
But where there's kaiju, there should also be mecha.
But that's the terrifying thing of some of the kaiju is that, like, when a kaiju exists in a universe without mecha, you're screwed.
Yeah. Like,
Right?
you have
Like-
to either resort to heavy bombardments or you are fucked.
Or there's, like, a good kaiju, like Godzilla.
Speaking of which, he's on here.
He is.
She.
Whatever.
They.
Cisgender Godzilla.
I don't know what gender Godzilla identifies as, so I'm just sticking with they for now. But next up is the
No, I'm
Demogorgon.
pretty sure Godzilla is explicitly female in like a lot of the canon.
I've not watched any of the movies. I don't know.
It really
Also,
depends on
Godzilla is
We're not onto
an
Godzilla
independent
yet.
single mother. So, have some respect.
Anyways, let's talk about the Demogorgon. I think the Demogorgon should go pretty high up.
I only thought of Stranger Things. I'm sorry.
This is Stranger Things. Demogorgon.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
Right. Okay. So I was like one off. Never mind. So okay. Am I alone in thinking that the Demogorgon is like kind of creepier when it's not doing the face open mouth thing?
Probably.
I don't disagree with you.
Because I always find the humanoid abomination scarier than the like. It's like when it's just that tall, lanky, faceless, golem-looking mofo, it is much more unsettling to me than when it's just monster with many teeth.
I can kind of see that, but at the same time, the face is still really fucking unnerving.
And yeah.
I mean, it's still high tier.
I'd say A.
Well, because like if they didn't have the magic LSD baby, then
They'd be fucked.
yeah.
High A tier then?
High A tier.
Well, no. Conversely, it also wouldn't be there without the existence of the magic LSD baby. So it's like the LSD
I'd still
baby
say
is kind
A
of
tier.
both the problem and the solution. But yes, I would not object to A tier.
Well, let's go low A tier then.
I can live with that.
I don't recognize this next one, but I think it's Doctor something because he's right before Dracula.
He looks like
a
Elon
man. I mean, there's a lot you can do with that.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I don't recognize him regardless.
Let me just try and reverse Google him.
He's the scariest monster of them all, a human being.
Now we've already got old rich white men for down below with Get Out.
I mean, you can never villainize old rich white men too often.
Yes.
That's
It's just
true.
like art imitates life and all that.
Oh, Human Centipede. Yeah. Human Centipede.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah.
So So it's a bad movie that exists to be a bad movie. But like I think the worst part is like in universe just he's pretty high on the list just by virtue of just waking up one day and being like, I'm gonna make a human centipede.
Doesn't he actually succeed in doing so?
Oh no, he succeeds, and like he doesn't just do it once. He like does not get caught for a long while. So not only is he just horribly fricked up, he gets away with it.
That
and like
merits a pretty high placement on this.
Yeah, it's like A tier, just by virtue of like the fact that he managed to do it successfully for like, I want to say weeks to months, maybe even years.
I don't think he deserves A tier, but B tier definitely, high B tier definitely.
I mean, like the thing is, if he's ever in a 2-on-1 situation, he's boned.
Yeah, right? He's not very intimidating on his.
Like he's like. The thing is, he only manages to capture his centipidification victims because he's, like, ambushed them.
I'm pretty sure he also got, like, caught relatively quickly, like... And just simple detectives just caught him and killed him, like...
Yeah, no, you can kind of just, like, shoot him. But the thing is, if he ambushes you, he's scary. So it's like.
I mean, if anyone ambushes you, they're scary. Is the thing.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think like there's situations where I mean, it's pretty hard for a kaiju to ambush you. So
yeah,
you don't have to worry about ambushes with a kaiju.
Yeah, but if fucking Godzilla just appears behind you with no warning, that's pretty fucking scary.
That's fair. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a variation of Godzilla, because a lot of Godzilla variants are pretty, like, chill.
Yeah. I assume
there's some Godzilla variants that... Huh? If it's a villainous Godzilla... Even OG Godzilla has, like, is more of an anti-hero than a straight-up villain.
No, not like the Toho ones from the serialized films. The OG one from the first film.
Okay, you know that. Okay, yes, I see where you're coming from.
But regardless,
but like there are versions of Godzilla that would just
Psycho is
B tier, yes.
B tier.
High B tier, I would say.
I think there has to be a balance between like, you know, horrific actions and
effectiveness.
Not even effectiveness, just, you know, ability.
Durability?
Durability, that's the word I'm looking for. Durability.
I mean,
we have Michael Myers and Jason further down the list, and both of them are
I feel like I feel like
then at that sense,
dude...
I think he should be high C.
Okay.
No, but like I feel like
then,
he deserves the B
Chucky...
tier because while he's not durable, he's definitely done more horrifying things than a lot of the people on this list.
He's also technically in the universe fictional.
Wait,
right.
what?
In the second film, it was revealed that he is not real.
I'm sorry, what?
In the Human Centipede 2 full sequence, Joseph Heiter is a fictional character, and his actions in the film inspire the second film's antagonist, Martin Lomax, to create a human centipede himself.
Oh, so the second movie goes meta with it. Like
Apparently
that one
so.
Freddy Krueger movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, C tier. I'd say below Chucky because Chucky actually comes back multiple times.
Dracula.
A tier, easily. He's a comic.
So Dracula is a classic, yes. But, like, the Bela Lugosi Dracula... very campy. Right? In a modern... Like, I'm sure at the time, people were, like, clutching their pearls in horror.
Yeah.
But, like... very campy in a modern context. And, like, less effective than even, like, literary book variant of Dracula.
I mean, here's the thing. This is the first sort of classic with multiple iterations monster we've really gotten. Are we just taking it from the portrayal of the picture or the character as a whole?
I'd say character as a whole, because there aren't any other versions of Dracula on here.
Oh, are there not?
No.
No. The only character with multiple variations is Pennywise, because each variation is so different.
Yeah, in that case, absolutely Dracula is A tier, minimum.
Yeah. Like I said,
if it's like encompassing every movie variant of Dracula, well, okay, there's some really crappy movie variants of Dracula.
Fortunately, the non-crappy versions kind of balance it out.
It does balance out.
So the crappy ones drag them down from S to A tier, basically.
I would say that's fair, yeah.
Frankenstein's monster.
Also a classic one, honestly.
I would say that, again, if we're doing that, I would say that there's not only less adaptations of Frankenstein's monster, or Frankenstein in general, like, as a novel, has less adaptations. Mm-hmm. I would say... similar, he would probably be A tier, but the crappy variants kind of drag him down to B tier.
I don't know, man. Young Frankenstein's a really damn good movie.
Also, the monster in Frankenstein is not Frankenstein's monster, it is Frankenstein.
Yes, Frankenstein is the monster, but also also, I take umbrage to the pictured variant, because the thing is, Frankenstein's monster is supposed to be hot.
So wait,
right?
The Aaron Eckhart version is more accurate? What?
Yes, because, like, in the source material, specifically, Dr. Frankenstein... Well, in the source material, Dr. Frankenstein isn't a doctor, he's a college student. And in the source material, Victor Frankenstein's like, but what if I just only took parts from hot people?
That's kind of hilarious, honestly.
Yeah, no, Frankenstein's monster is described as having, like, otherworldly beauty.
What bad stuff does Frankenstein's monster actually do?
Murder a lot of people. He's like, so the thing about Frankenstein's monster is that he kind of is like, he doesn't really know how to, he doesn't really know how to people or emotions, and he spends like a month like living in a family's basement and like stalking them creepily, and then when they get scared of him, he kills them all, including the children.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's kind of a whole thing.
Horror movie variant of Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Kinda.
No, because like he's very intelligent. It's not that he has like any sort of developmental disability. He's like it's more just sociopathy and lack of empathy.
Mm-hmm.
B tier, high B tier then.
High B tier.
High. Very high. Top of B tier.
He tends to be very durable and also has a tendency to, you know, be effective. But it's funny. Frankenstein's monster went from a beautiful sociopath to an ugly teddy bear as the adaptations went on. Which is kind of interesting.
Wild.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what you think, because like vampires in general, not Dracula specifically, but vampires kind of went from a disgusting zombie variant to Bram Stoker's Dracula, and Frankenstein's monster kind of went the opposite direction.
That's pretty fucking wild.
Right?
But anyways, moving on to a slightly more modern
next?
Freddy Krueger.
Oh God. So Freddy Krueger on a conceptual level is terrifying, and it's made worse by the fact that he's probably unkillable.
Yep.
Right? Like
He's a
they've
dream
never.
monster.
Yeah, he's like does not exist tangibly, and like he's the only. It's like Freddy Krueger is almost a cosmic horror story because it is a world where the only supernatural element that reliably exists is the horrifying monster.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, he's Lovecraft light, not in the sense that he's not horrifying, but in the sense that he's like smaller scale.
So ARS?
I would say Freddy Krueger is our first S tier.
Second, we had the Babadook.
Oh, right.
There.
Never mind then. Yes. But yeah, I would say S tier.
Above or below
Yeah.
the Babadook?
Below.
I would say above.
Oh.
Because
You know, I can agree
Babadook
with
is
that.
specific to one individual.
True. I don't recognize the next one.
No.
Hang on, let me take a look at it.
Looks like the Babadook, but on a gay flag background.
If
I'm
it's
sorry, what?
really gay Babadook, I will laugh my ass off.
If it's gay Babadook, I will. I'm gonna actually Google that to see if it's actually a thing. Oops.
It can't be right. There's no way that's the case. Right?
Oh no.
Is this?
Oh no.
My God.
How the Babadook became the LGBTQ icon we didn't know we needed.
S tier. S tier.
How terrorizing a white Australian family became an act of queer defiance.
That's amazing.
Absolutely weird. First of all, link that in the stream chat. Second of all,
In our Discord chat or the actual stream chat?
why not both?
Full.
Fine.
That's amazing.
But also, like, I love it, but I can totally understand, because, like, let's be real, there's probably a very high correlation between being a part of the LGBT plus community and horrible depression, not because being gay makes you depressed, but because people make gay people depressed for being gay.
So we're saying A or S tier for this one, right?
Yeah, he is top of S tier. I don't care what you say.
Do you want me to resurrect the triple S tier just for this?
Yes, just for Gay Babadook.
Yeah.
Just put him at... You know what? Just call it the Gay Babadook tier.
Yes.
There's gonna be literally no one else there. It's just call it the Gay Babadook tier.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is just too funny. That's amazing.
When Tumblr user posted a thought complaint, whenever someone says the Babadook isn't openly gay, it's like, did you even watch the movie?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Anyways, moving on to Ghostface. Before we get sidetracked too much.
So remind me, Scream, the movies of which Ghostface was well known, it was a semi-parody, right? Like it was a loving parody?
It's a satire.
It's sort of a satire, but not to the level of, like, Scary Movie.
No, Scary Movie ripped off of Scream, but
yes, so
Scream was
basically,
more of a semi-serious satire.
So basically, Scary Movie is a satire of a satire. So it, like, kind of goes full circle into just...
Calling Scary Movie a satire is a very generous interpretation of Scary Movie.
It's parody, okay. Parody is a better word. Yeah. So it's a parody of a satire, which explains a lot. But, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't there, like, 9 different ghost faces?
Probably.
Yeah, I believe in the first one alone there's 2 Ghostface killers.
Yeah, and, like, I'm pretty sure, like, at one of them is just killed by being stabbed by his would-be victim.
That's pretty weak sauce.
I mean,
it's like
it's one of those human.
Yes, they are just regular human beings, but like a attacking from ambush thing, right? Like, I feel like you have to consider any of these any of the vanilla humans. You have to consider in a 1v1 scenario, because it just like it defeats the purpose of the character if it's a 2v1.
True. Ghostface mostly relies on ambush tactics.
Well, yeah, no, most of the humans do, right? It's just like, if you don't, then you just, while the killer is chasing down one person, the other one just clocks him in the back of the head with a 2x4.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
right?
I'm comfortable putting this one in A or B tier.
B is the highest I'm willing to go. Just by virtue of the fact that, like, there's a lot of them, so that kind of dilutes the potency, and also at least one of them just dies to their own victim, which is just weak sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As Mills so succinctly stated.
So below Jaws, then.
Definitely. Mill, any thoughts on this?
Go for it. I have more experience with Scary Movie than I do Scream.
Sadly, that is also the case for me.
Now, Godzilla, are we just going to go with a 54 original movie? Or are we going to go with
if we're gonna go all of the Draculas and Frankenstein's monsters, so we're going all of the Godzillas.
I mean,
S-tier.
even then it's
S
still
tier solidly. It's not quite Gay Babadook tier, but like, it's up there.
I'd say not quite as existentially terrifying as Freddy Krueger or the Babadook, but still incredibly effective because he's a freaking kaiju.
Gee. I'm like 90% sure Godzilla's gender is consistently female.
I mean, you can look it up if you want.
I am doing.
Okay, Mill's gonna.
In the original Japanese films, Godzilla and all the other monsters are referred to with gender-neutral pronouns equivalent to it, while in the English dubbed versions, Godzilla is explicitly described as a male. In his book,
So we'll use the...
Godzilla co-creator Tomoyuki Tanaka suggested that the monster was probably male.
Huh.
So I was correct.
But okay, so it must be the more recent ones that started making Godzilla female.
I think it was just the 54, not the 54, the first American version of Godzilla that did that for certain.
In the
we all know that...
in the 1998 film Godzilla, the monster is referred to as male and is depicted laying eggs through parthenogenesis.
Well, to be fair, the 1998 version of Godzilla was later retconned to be a different entity named Zilla. That's not a joke. That's actually part of the lore.
In the legendary Godzilla films, Godzilla is referred to as a male.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
I love
just
how we're having a whole tangent over Godzilla's gender.
Okay, yes, but like
Godzilla is a gender-neutral icon. That's the title of an article.
Godzilla should be considered gender-neutral. So let's go with they.
Okay, so HAL 9000 brings up an interesting question.
S tier.
Well, no.
Leave the house! Leave the house!
No, they're stuck on a spaceship with Hal.
Oh,
they can't leave,
right,
they die.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I was basing it off my knowledge of the Simpsons parody, okay?
No, Hal straight up kills an astronaut by locking him out in the airlock, I think.
Yeah, so... No, here's my question. Do we take HAL 9000 as just a character, or do we take HAL 9000 as a representation for evil AI in general? Because there's no general entry for evil AI, though.
There
and you have
really
to admit, that's
There aren't that many general entries for movie monsters. There's only, like, the general entry for zombies at the end, but that's it.
Yeah, but, like, HAL 9000 is basically Dracula, if you think about it. Like, on a meta level.
HAL 9000 is the codifier for evil robots. For evil AIs.
So I feel like we can... So, here's my point. I feel like it would be S tier either way.
Yeah, S tier, definitely S tier, because HAL 9000, again, originates the evil AI.
And evil AI in general is pretty terrifying. Like, evil AI actually gets more terrifying the more you, like, learn about how much of modern-day systems are dependent on technology. Like, a single evil AI could collapse human civilization. It doesn't even need nukes, is the thing.
Yep.
Like, an AI could, like, collapse human civilization just by, like, turning off like, flipping around the correct cell phone signals.
Where in S tier is it going?
I would say one step below Kruger. Because an evil AI is terrifying, but can technically be destroyed.
Yeah. I'd say right below Kruger.
Hannibal Lecter.
There. Hannibal Lecter is also pretty high up, I think.
So Hannibal Lecter is terrifying, but on the other hand, he is a dude.
Yeah, but he's a smart dude.
Granted, he is... So, okay. He's not just a smart dude. When Hannibal Lecter is Mads Mikkelsen, he also knows martial arts. And is capable of fighting Morpheus to standstill, if not victory.
I struggled to watch. I struggled to watch that. I struggled to watch that show because I had trouble making stuff out through Mikkelsen's accent without subtitles.
I mean, that's kind of the charm of Mads Mikkelsen, though.
No, I would absolutely watch it if there were subtitles. It's just that I was watching it on terrestrial TV at the time and there were no subtitles.
That's fair.
But like it's Mads Mikkelsen though. Like you don't need subtitles. You just need to like listen to his voice. You don't need to understand what he's saying.
I would
listen to the sound
I
of
would
his voice.
prefer to understand what he's saying.
I mean, I'm pretty sure every single version of Hannibal wins, like at the end of each entry.
Except for the ones where he's already lost.
Are you referring to Red Dragon specifically?
No, Silence of the Lambs. Doesn't he like? Isn't he still in prison? But he escaped at the. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So Hannibal consistently wins, but But the fact that he has gotten caught multiple times suggests that the way to defeat Hannibal Lecter is the death penalty.
Good luck with that.
I don't know. So Hannibal Lecter is like pretty scary. Okay, here's a question: which do you think is scarier, Anthony Hopkins Hannibal Lecter or Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal Lecter?
Anthony Hopkins. Then again, I say this having seen Silence of the Lambs and having not seen.
Okay, that's why you're saying it. Because
I still say probably Anthony Hopkins, even not having watched Silence of the Lambs, but having watched at least part of Hannibal.
Yeah, but like, consider this. Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal Lecter could beat the crap out of you, even without an ambush. Anthony Hopkins is kind of more physically fragile. Also, Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal has the big gay, and I don't know if that's an upside or a downside.
Really depends on who you ask.
Well, I meant more from a meta perspective, but
wasn't Hopkins' performance as Lecter so convincing it actually put somebody off from dating him?
I would not be surprised.
I feel like I remember watching something to that effect.
That's impressive.
I feel like Mads Mikkelsen wouldn't have that problem either way, because like, even if he was a serial killer, I feel like for Mads Mikkelsen, you'd take the risk.
Regardless, I do think Hannibal deserves at least a year.
That time Hannibal Lecter ended Anthony Hopkins' relationship.
That is funny.
And kind of sad.
Yeah.
So, A or S tier?
What do you think?
A, by virtue of the fact that he is ultimately a defeatable human being.
That's fair.
So, above or below Dracula?
I would say he's above Jigsaw.
Okay.
Because he definitely wins more often than Jigsaw. Jigsaw lost to cancer.
I should not be laughing at that.
And while
I mean, on the one hand, cancer sucks. On the other hand, Jigsaw's a dick.
True.
So you know.
And just while we are on the vague subject of Mads Mikkelsen, I might have walked past him in a Starbucks in LA.
Oh my god!
I might have. I'm not sure. I only got a glance, but the fact that it was Hollywood means it could actually have been him.
And also, like, if you think it's him, it probably was him. He looks very distinctive. Like, I can't imagine there's a lot of people as attractive as Mads Mikkelsen.
That was also the Starbucks where I was sat at the counter, somebody went up to pay, and they had, like, several $100 bills in their wallet.
Oh, it's definitely one of the Hollywood Starbuckses then.
I was just in there to take shelter from the heat, but, anyway. Is that the mummy from The Mummy?
It is Imhotep, yes.
So,
Was Imhotep that scary?
Not when he got his flesh back.
I mean, he was a decently good-looking dude when he got his flesh back.
He's like, is pretty attractive, yes. However, I would like to cite the Mummy animated series from the late 90s, early 2000s, which was just a straight-up anime. Like, it wasn't, but it was a shonen anime.
That sounds hilarious.
Right? In which, not only was it a shonen anime, the dude, somehow, Imhotep managed to be more terrifying in that, children's cartoon that had to avoid any mention of, like, violence and stuff, than he was in both of the murder movies. Which is an achievement.
Question.
I know, maybe it's just nostalgia talking, but it's like, it's a good series, and also they shot laser beams at some point, and that was fun.
So, I think there are two versions of Imhotep on the list. 'Cause that's very clearly the Brendan Fraser Imhotep. And I think there's also the Karloff version.
That's not Imhotep, that's just generic Mummy, isn't it?
No, in the certainly on the cast list Wikipedia it says Imhotep.
Huh, interesting.
Fair enough. I mean...
Well, if we're going with the Brendan Fraser one, I think B tier for B movie sounds fun.
I enjoy. I have a nostalgia fondness for The Mummy Returns.
Same.
I'm right. I mean, just the fact that he had to do a team up with Brendan Fraser to take down bad CG Dwayne the Rock Johnson is just very special.
That helps my nostalgia. Nostalgia.
It's
also just that gif of Imhotep running and just gesturing to the Scorpion King. It's just
yeah. It's just I feel like The Mummy was like a mediocre B movie. The Mummy Returns is absolutely late 90s, so bad it's good camp awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Mummy Returns is a so bad it's good camp classic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, as a kid, I just really enjoyed all the action sequences. Though the third one is disappointing.
Oh yeah, especially because it horribly wastes Jet Li.
I mean, one might argue that most Western movies tend to horribly waste Jet Li.
Not wrong. But anyways, where are we putting this? B tier?
Yeah, I feel like B tier is fine.
We're in B tier.
I would say not as good as the Candyman. But I would say above Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Alright, that's fine. Mid B tier.
Yeah.
Is that the Invisible Man?
Yes.
So, the Invisible Man, depending on the version... Okay, here's my question. Do we include in our judgment Kevin Bacon's Hollow Man?
No. Because that's a different character.
But technically it's... Because, that character does not show up, and technically it's just a variant of the Invisible Man.
I mean, if you want to, do you think it'd change the ranking at all?
I would say it kind of does, because, the Kevin Bacon character is kind of just, much creepier because he's, a perv.
Ugh.
Is that the character, or is that Kevin Bacon on his own?
I plead the fifth on that one. But, yeah, so, I mean, to be fair, the Invisible Man is kind of, sleazy, no matter what version.
Yeah. I mean, there's always the whole definitely using his powers to be a voyeur thing.
Yeah, that's kind of... The fact that is the most consistent detail, no matter the version, is somewhat concerning.
Hell, even the One Piece version of the Invisible Man did it.
You know what? There's only one version off the top of my head that I can think of that didn't do that.
Which is?
The Invisible Mom. I kid you not, there was in fact a late 90s, early 2000s children's adaptation of The Invisible Man called The Invisible Mom, in which a suburban housewife on like a vacation to like a beach house drinks some sort of invisibility serum.
That's so dumb.
I remember a lot of really obscure, bad, but very specific movies from my childhood that just played on TV, and I watched them because I didn't have taste at the time.
I could say something, but I won't.
Look, I don't think anyone, objectively speaking, has taste. But, like, relatively speaking, it's worse when you're a child.
In the anime series Naruto, the second Tsuchikage, Mu, is probably based on Griffin, the main character of the Invisible Man, due to his combination of bandage-covering appearance and the invisibility technique he uses to avoid being spotted.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know. I didn't even know that character existed.
Yeah, because he's the part that you dropped the series before you got to.
Yes, because it's terrible by that point.
Not wrong. Anyways,
no, like anyone who didn't drop the series by that point was hate reading.
Not necessarily. It's just sunk cost.
Hate reading, sunk cost, or terrible taste.
Regardless, the Invisible Man should get knocked down tier just for inspiring so many shitty knockoffs.
C tier then?
C tier.
Oh, you know what?
Let's put him above Chucky though, because he is a classic.
And also, like, is competent.
Yes.
Enough when he's trying. Also, can I just talk about the fact that, like, The Invisible Mom had a scene that, like, that just highlighted the dichotomy of American censorship, in which they had a scene of them watching, like, food go down her stomach, because it apparently had the body being invisible but not the food and stuff. So it's just like, why would you have a scene for that in a children's movie?
You'd be surprised what people try to get away with.
I don't think it was even... But anyway, here's Johnny.
Jack Torrance.
Um,
Jack Nicholson really just loved this, loved playing this character. He had a blast.
Also, didn't Stephen King famously hate the adaptation of The Shining? He
hated it so much he made his own miniseries adapting the book.
And it was garbage.
Turns out the Kubrick version got vindicated by history, and Stephen King's version did not.
So here's the thing about The Shining. The movie, this is one of the only scenarios in human history where the movie is better than the book. I'm sorry. Sorry, Stephen King.
Stanley Kubrick is kind of a master of his craft, so yeah.
Again,
he's a master of his craft, but so, I feel like Stanley Kubrick is the result of a monkey's paw wish. Because he was like an absolutely masterful filmmaker, but a terrible human being.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
he like legitimately gave multiple actors PTSD. Like, not like on an exaggerated level. Like, legitimately, they needed treatment for PTSD due to how he was on the set.
Do another take and get it right 127 times.
Oh. Not even that. The fact that, like, for example... Okay, biscuit.
You're robotic.
Okay.
I like.
No, that's because my dog is attempting to summon Satan or something. No, so, like, I believe he, at one point, specifically sought out an actress with a phobia of birds.
Phobia of what now?
A phobia of birds, and then initiated an actual, unscripted surprise bird attack.
Oh, dang.
Or he gave her a phobia of birds from the constant or was that Hitchcock? That might have been Alfred Hitchcock. Now that I think about it.
Alfred Hitchcock was famously associated with the movie with the birds, so.
Yes, so it might have been Hitchcock.
We're getting a bit off topic here.
Like, the unholy trinity of directors who take method directing way too far is probably Kubrick, Hitchcock, and Tarantino.
Mm.
They make great movies, they just do horrible things to the actors in the process.
I think, actually, what's-his-face is worse. Oh, damn it, I'm trying to remember. The guy who directed, I think, The Abyss, and, almost wound up killing Ed Harris.
Yeah, but, like, hasn't Tarantino choked multiple women over the course?
Oh.
Or was that just one case?
I don't know.
Tarantino did a lot to the actress from Kill Bill, didn't he?
Uma Thurman?
Uma Thurman, that's it, yeah.
Possibly. We are still getting sidetracked, and we.
I mean, I think the lesson here is sometimes the real horror movie monsters are the directors.
Mm.
Not entirely wrong.
Also, my main exposure to The Shining came from the Simpsons parody from Treehouse of Horror, which was excellent.
Look, Treehouse of Horror has some misses, but some of its hits are.
I mean, I remember that particular Treehouse of Horror more because of the, or especially because of the running gag of Willie getting an axe in the back. Resulting in the final one where he just goes, "Oh, I'm bad at this," and then falls. Because that was also the one. This is how much that particular episode has stuck in my mind. That was the one with obviously the Shining parody. There was the one where the teachers started eating the kids.
Was the one where...
And then there was the toast of time travel.
Okay, so was the one where the body snatchers led to a scene of Clinton and Bush walking around holding hands, a Treehouse of Horrors, or was that just
I'm fairly sure it was. I'm fairly sure it was a Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, okay, that one with me
that one also, yeah, no, that one also is very good. There's a lot of really good Treehouse of Horror segments. But,
so yeah, what tier are we putting good old Jackie T in?
Didn't he get taken out by the weather? Or is that the Simpsons parody version?
No, like, that's the Simpsons parody. Well, technically, he doesn't really die, he just becomes... Like, okay, so the real horror of that movie is the fact that it's like, the hotel is alive and hella haunted.
Yeah, no, he's just the most visible villain, because you can't really put a location
okay, well, no, to put it, let's put it like this. He doesn't die, he just fully becomes a ghost. So technically he becomes more powerful by dying.
Unlimited power?
I do. No, not quite.
I would say he's like low A tier.
Yeah, low A tier.
I'd honestly put him above Carrie.
He does have the benefit of being a very iconic villain.
Fair enough.
And also, like, technically, quote-unquote, wins at the end.
That's a bit of a stretch.
I'm looking at chat INJ Gaming. Certainly on occasion. Mostly because I have not got much knowledge of these characters and I'm going off the parodies that I've seen.
Okay, but you've got to like have some idea of Jason, right?
Yeah, I've got base level knowledge. Yes, I've probably read the summaries.
So the thing about Jason is that he is he's indestructible.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, he's a juggernaut.
He's indestructible and also he teleports. So he is kind of the most terrifying one, right? Like I would put
actually teleport.
He functionally teleports. Because like he's so. Here's the thing. He's like okay. You know what, Mill? Let me give you a comparison that will show how terrifying he is.
Mm.
When you can see him, he's fairly slow, right? When you can see him, he kind of just walks towards you, and you can just run away. But when you can't see him, he just moves at like the speed of thought and can be across the country within seconds. He's
he's
a weeping angel.
I was about to say that.
He's a weeping angel, yes.
Those are pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, so basically, there's a lot of scenes where a character just runs, like he's very slowly walking towards the dudes, and then they're like, oh, we must run away, and so they run, and they get very far away, like even when they like take a vehicle and like are on the other side of the like city or lake or whatever, and then the moment they stop, and the vehicles always break down around him, by the way, he has a passive vehicle destruction aura, he's just right there.
Though that is a good point. I know there was a Jason versus Freddy movie. Who won that one?
Technically Jason, but it was mostly Raw.
Okay, so it was a tie because Jason decapitated Freddy at the end, but Freddy doesn't need a physical body to exist.
Either way, this sounds like we're putting Jason in S tier, but it's just
yes, we're putting Jason in S tier next to Freddy Krueger. The thing is, oh no, Freddy Krueger is kind of like Freddy versus Jason is they're not really capable of killing each other permanently.
Yeah, Jason
so it's
is
kind
an
of like
undead
just
monstrosity, and Freddy is a dream demon. So yeah.
So, just below Freddy or above?
I would say just below Freddy because
did get
like
better of him by getting him stuck in a dream. But Jason did break out, and in the physical confrontation, Jason wins. It's just Freddy is an eldritch horror.
Yeah, so like Freddy is the thing is they're both fairly small scale, but Freddy is at least capable of being pretty large scale. Like he can affect multiple people at once.
Mm-hmm. Freddy's definitely one of the more powerful villains here.
Yeah, Jason has to like murder people manually.
So who'd be this
Next one up, The Grudge.
From the Ring?
No, from The Grudge. The Ring is
okay.
later.
Did you say that Did you do that on purpose? Because I swear to God, that's like the biggest pet peeve for a lot of people.
I don't know these films. I don't watch horror. I'm a coward.
No, they are
I also don't watch horror. You know? Do you know how much of a coward I am? Sometimes, out of curiosity, I read the very clinical Wikipedia synopses of horror movies, and those give me nightmares.
Okay, I'm not that much of a coward. I don't care about the Wikipedia entries.
Yeah, so I get scared just from reading the friggin' Wikipedia entries.
Anyway, where are we putting The Grudge then,
so
if they're not...
The Grudge is scary because it's a child, and also it's a demon that's not really killable. The only thing that slightly mitigates The Grudge is the fact that it's single target.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I would say it's high A tier as opposed to S tier.
How easy is it to gain the ire of The Grudge?
It does tend to be very specific. You have
I'd put it lower on the list. If you actually have to try to get the ire, then it's not that scary.
No, but I believe you have to like move into the apartment where it died.
Something like that.
Yeah, like I believe it haunts people in the apartment who live in the apartment where it died. So it's no chance, honestly. Especially since it's kind of like a low rent apartment. Like if you are like. It depends. Like, I mean that. You could put it in B tier.
B tier.
B tier. Where in B tier?
I mean, it's more supernatural than most of these, so I'd say probably right below Imhotep. because Emotep is far more destructive power than
Okay.
the Grudge.
Yes, but at the same time, Emotep is less scary, and also Emotep can be killed.
Fair. So, above Emotep then.
Could you not just
Also-
destroy the apartment building?
No, because then it would just follow the person who destroyed it. It's
Fair
single
enough.
target, but like as the name suggests, it does not give up.
Next up is Leatherface. That's a fun one.
So my main experience with Leatherface is a wrestler who took the name and tried to powerbomb somebody onto nails.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So pretty bad.
Like
So yeah, I'm just on that basis. I'm willing to put pretty high up.
So, okay, Leatherface, correct me if I'm wrong, is just a dude from Texas.
He's a member of a family of cannibals, and he wields
From
chains.
Texas.
I mean,
So what you're
everything
telling me
fair
is
in
that he's
Texas.
just a guy from Texas.
Yeah, but aren't they the scariest
Those-
monsters of all?
Yes, no,
those
yes,
are
no,
Florida.
absolutely we're
from
putting him in...
Florida. Florida man is scarier than Texas man, but still. I'd say
I
this guy
would
goes
say
pretty high
low
up.
B tier. I would say he goes higher than Bruce.
Yeah, that's fair. B tier seems fair because, like, compared to the ones that are higher up, he's not quite as scary as, say, like, the A or S tier individuals. But
Does he have any
And also,
supernatural
like-
powers?
No, that's the
No.
thing. Well, I think he has the supernatural power of drugs.
That is pretty supernatural.
I mean, we could put him a bit higher in B tier then.
Like, is he?
I feel like if I feel like Leatherface would win against the creature from the Black Lagoon, so we can put him above creature from the Black Lagoon.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Like, the issue with putting him above B tier is, like, as scary as he can be, he just, like, the beings
Well, no, 'cause,
in
like-
A and S tier are all much more terrifying.
Yeah, so like Iron J Gaming, the thing is, in a physical confrontation, most of the people in A tier, other than Jigsaw and Anthony Hopkins, have supernatural powers. The Demogorgon is a literal demon. Carrie is a telekinetic. Jack Torrance is a ghost, and Dracula is Dracula. So I'm pretty sure Leatherface doesn't really like win against actual monsters. He is
No.
still like a dude.
Yeah, he doesn't have, like, anything resembling supernatural abilities, unfortunately for him, beyond drugs. I don't recognize this next one.
Can you scroll down, Mil?
Yeah. Is that the ring?
No.
Yes, no,
No, the ring is further on. It's a little bit past
right,
Predator.
okay, yeah. Then what is
You
that?
recognize
Oh,
them
yeah.
because it's crawling out of the TV.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, he's jacked, but like, just because like muscles do not beat telekinesis. This is a well-known fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is that?
Don't know. Gonna reverse Google it.
I feel
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
probably scary because it's like a very thin lady with long hair and like it's kind of scary. I really when humans do that like crawling motion, you know the one I'm talking about. I just
Yeah.
like that. I can't.
Yeah.
This is like I feel like that's like designed to be terrifying.
Did you You're not a wrestling fan, are you, Fuzzy? Bray Wyatt, now Wyndham Rotunda, would do this thing where he would bend over backwards and do the creepy walk.
See, I find the bending over forwards scarier. Because, like, the bending over backwards crab walk thing is kind of, like, manageable to a certain extent, but, like, the moving forward, I don't think a human body can do that. Like, it only works if you're long. If you have, like, more vertebrae than a human being should.
Unfortunately, nothing's coming up from the reverse Google.
So we don't recognize this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we put that in the DNR.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers is Jason.
Michael Myers is Jason with less supernatural subtext. He's like an inexplicable juggernaut. Michael Myers is kind of an inexplicable juggernaut in that nothing seems to be able to kill him, but at the same time, there's nothing explicitly supernatural about him, unlike with Jason.
I mean, the fact that he's bulletproof kind of suggests that he's like not just a regular dude.
It's ambiguous, to my knowledge. I think he has died in a couple versions, but it took a fuck ton to kill him.
So he's I would say then he's one step below Jason. He's Jason Light.
The ending scene of Michael being shot 6 times then disappearing after falling off the balcony was meant to make the audience's imaginations run wild. Carpenter tried to keep the audience guessing as to who Michael Myers really is. He is gone and everywhere at the same time. He is more than human. He may be supernatural, and no one knows how he got that way.
I mean, haven't the recent remake sort of movies kind of explicitly been yeah, no, he's just magic, but also Helen Hunt, or is it Helen Hunt?
No, it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, why was I thinking home? Yeah,
John Carpenter expressed his disagreement with Rob Zombie's portrayal of the character. I thought that he took away from the mystique of the story by explaining too much about him. I don't care about that. He's supposed to be a force of nature. He's supposed to be almost supernatural.
Yeah, that's a different version of the character. The newest ones are basically a continuation of the original movies. The most I think from Halloween 2, and just ignores everything between that and the newest set of movies. But
and the premise of those movies is Jamie Lee Curtis has a shotgun.
Yes.
More or less.
Yeah, apparently the most recent one is just Michael just straight up juggernauting his way through a town. Fighting almost everyone in his way.
In 2005, a study was conducted by the Media Psychology Lab of California State University on the psychological appeal of movie monsters, which surveyed 1,166 people nationwide in the United States, ages ranging from 16 to 91. In the survey, Michael was considered to be the embodiment of pure evil when compared to the other characters. Michael Myers rated the highest.
Yeah, no, he's terrifying. Partially because he is one of the few ones who just has almost no dialogue. I don't think he has any dialogue. He's just a silent juggernaut.
DNR is do not recognize. We do not recognize the pictures. We have tried to reverse Google search them, and nothing has come up for them.
And unfortunately, the tier list we are using does not include any description category that tells us that gives us a list of the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
There's no words on it. Is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one that we probably aren't going to get to today, but we will get to at some point because I find it hilarious. That does actually have a Google Doc.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think Michael Myers deserves S tier.
Yeah.
S tier, but lower on S tier.
Below Godzilla.
Yes. Lowest S tier.
Okay, Boris Karloff's The Mummy.
I have no idea what that version is like at all. I'm too used to the one that teams up with Brendan Fraser to fight Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in bad CG.
I mean, it's a classic movie monster, but at the same time, it's the least recognizable classic movie monster in terms of influence compared to his reimagined version. I'd say C tier or D tier.
Oh, is that House of the Living Dead?
Oh shit, that makes so much sense.
Oh, I knew that was familiar. Okay.
Okay,
which thing is that from House of the Living Dead?
Let me consult the Google.
Yeah, I think Boris Karloff's the Mummy is probably D tier.
I mean, just like we just kind of don't know.
Yeah, we don't know enough, and I think D tier is fine.
Fair enough. Are we gonna put them above the?
Above the Cenobites, yes.
Yeah. Now that's a dude who looks creepy, but I don't recognize him off the top of my... Psycho.
Psycho.
Yep, Norman Bates.
He is a dude.
Hmm.
He is a dude, but at the same time, like, he is one of the OG slashers, basically.
He's a dude who is a retroactive insult to the good name of Kakyoin, the MILF Hunter. Is like...
That's one way of looking at it. I think we should put him pretty high up, though. Because he is very influential, and he is genuinely disturbing.
I would put him in the same tier as the, like, other dudes, like the Scarface. Scarface? No, not Joe Pesci.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, Evil Dead. Evil Dead. That's what this thing is from. It's a demon from Evil Dead.
Okay, those are pretty high up the list.
Yeah, the demons from Evil Dead are really fucked up.
Yeah, I would put them in A tier, solidly.
A tier, yeah.
Where in A tier?
Above Lecter, even.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Is one scarier than the other?
They are terrifying. Not to mention they are also extremely hard to kill.
Wait, no, I don't think both of them are... Oh, no, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, I think they're, you just keep that as is, then, yeah.
Yeah, Norman Bates. Where are we putting Norman Bates?
Norman Bates, I would say, is, like, high B tier, low A... I would say B tier, because, like, B tier is for the mostly human ones. I'd put Norman Bates above Leatherface.
Norman Bates does have the advantage of being a classic villain who is also just like...
But can Norman Bates fuck you up as much as Leatherface can?
No.
They have different MOs.
Yeah, but Norman
Bates does bang his mom's corpse.
Possibly. It's hard to say.
I mean, have you seen him? I mean, just look at him.
Regardless, below Leatherface, because Leatherface is a cannibal with a chainsaw.
And is jacked and probably on drugs.
Yes.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu is not intimidating. Unfortunately.
So, do you... Do we all have the same first experience with Nosferatu?
Which is?
SpongeBob SquarePants?
God. I think so.
I'm not sure.
Also, what happened to that other thing in Do Not Recognize?
I thought they were both from Evil Dead.
They're not both from Evil Dead.
No.
Fair enough.
No, it's just the first one. The second one we don't recognize still.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Nosferatu, unfortunately,
is he not just a knockoff version of Dracula?
He's explicitly a knockoff version of Dracula. He was literally created because
they couldn't get the license.
They couldn't get the license for Dracula.
God damn it.
Yeah,
and he is in the cultural zeitgeist for two reasons. The version of Dracula with, like, Dustin Hoffman, I think. And, like, the parody Dracula. And also SpongeBob SquarePants. Those two are the only reasons people know who Nosferatu is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think off of SpongeBob alone, he qualifies for, like, C tier.
Yeah.
Okay,
Below the
okay,
cult
wow.
monster because
Even with several details altered, Stoker's heirs sued over the adaptation, and a court ruling ordered all copies of the film to be destroyed.
shit, really?
Oh yeah, Nosferatu is super rare, isn't it?
However, a few
Yeah.
prints survived, and the film came to be regarded as an influential masterpiece of cinema.
I mean,
This is very much a Seinfeld effect in action.
this is more the Barbara Streisand effect than the Seinfeld effect.
No, I mean just the whole influential masterpiece of film.
Yeah, I think that's the Barbara Streisand effect. I think it's considered an influential masterpiece of a film because it lost the lawsuit.
Also, not actually called Nosferatu, Count Orlok.
But the movie was called Nosferatu.
The movie was called Nosferatu, yes.
But I still think C tier.
Also, I didn't. Why are there just a bunch of video game monsters at the bottom?
No.
Because why not?
I do know the next one is instantly S tier.
Well, put Nosferatu in C tier first, then we'll talk.
Have done.
We already ranked The Grudge. The Grudge, I think we put in B tier, or right next to Candyman.
Yep.
I do feel like it's Japanese or like East Asian.
It
Like
might
Japanese
be
or
the original
Korean.
version. It might be the original version of The Grudge, because I think the version here is the
Oh, you know
the
what? It
version
might
from
be
the
the
American
original
remake.
version of The Ring. Because a lot of people draw a distinction between original Ring and Western Ring.
Regardless, I want to rank the next one first because this one's the other mother from Coraline.
I was wondering why it was so familiar.
Yeah, no, other mother, horrifying, terrifying.
S tier, easily.
I say above Jason.
Below
Who's at
Freddy?
the top of S tier?
Freddy.
Freddy.
Yeah, I would say above Jason as well. Though,
I kind of
so
want to
I
put her
feel
above
like no,
Freddy because he's
I would
scarier.
say, no, because I think partially is softened by the fact that the story has at least a somewhat happy ending. So I would actually put because Other Mother does not win.
Yeah,
If
but
I
that
recall
does,
correctly.
not most of the people in S tier didn't win.
I mean, Freddy and Jason basically always win.
Yeah, but Other Mother is just so utterly terrifying.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Like, honestly, possibly the most terrifying being here.
Also, we might as well just consider that being from a different version of The Grudge and just put it up there, alongside The Grudge.
Let's put it above the American version. Because the American version is inferior.
Okay. I don't know what this is.
I don't recognize it either. Looks animated.
It does, doesn't it?
Alright.
Has the mannequin limbs going on.
Yep. I recognize just about everything afterwards, but I don't recognize that one.
I'll give it another reverse Google. And...
Patrick Bateman, though, is fun.
Patrick Bateman, I feel like, is in the same vein as... I mean, they're both psychos, right? Because Patrick Bateman is American Psycho, and I feel like he's kind of just like...
I think he's a bit more realistic than Norman Bates, though.
Yes, because he's a rich white man.
Exactly. He's a rich white dude who's a narcissist.
He was a sociopathic. Yeah. So, okay. We can, while Mill is committing the Google. Here's the thing about Patrick Bateman. He's disturbingly realistic, and the real horror is the sheer number of people who saw him as a goal to aspire to.
They did?
Yes. So Patrick Bateman and what's his face, Tyler Durden, are the two patron saints of character who was explicitly meant to be a horrible person, but somehow became regarded as a symbol for attractiveness and or masculinity.
That makes no fucking sense.
Because, like, I mean, look, it does make a lot of sense when you consider America.
King Paimon is the main antagonist of 2018 psychological supernatural horror film Hereditary.
Oh god, I haven't watched Hereditary, but I've just, like, the Wikipedia synopsis was enough to give me nightmares for a while. Put that up in S tier.
Yep.
Yeah, Hereditary is probably, like, you know what the worst part of Hereditary is? I would say put him above the Babadook.
But obviously not gay Babadook.
Oh, no, Gay Babadook is, like, unreachable. He's an unreachable pinnacle. I'm talking about the regular-ass vanilla straight Babadook.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing about Hereditary. It does not have a single jump scare.
Interesting.
It still gives people nightmares, though.
Cool.
Yeah,
There's a reason it was a widely praised movie.
So Patrick Bateman. But yeah, Tyler Durden was explicitly written as criticism of toxic masculinity, and then became an icon for incels.
That tracks.
Basically, everyone was like... basically, he became an icon for toxic masculinity, and Patrick Bateman is similar. Like, Patrick Bateman being, like, a wealthy, white sociopath became a goal to aspire to for a lot of people. And that's just reflective of the horrors of society. He's in B tier, yes. Because I would say he's, like... Again, I would put him just below Leatherface. I feel like Leatherface is the hard cap for regular-ass human beings.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like,
right?
anything above Leatherface has to have at least some subtext
level of supernatural powers.
Yeah. Either that or be Hannibal Lecter.
I mean, Hannibal Lecter is just very, very intelligent.
Which is
that's
scary
kind
on
of a
its own,
superpower
yeah.
of its own. Yeah.
Now, we have two different versions of Pennywise. The first version we're coming across is the more recent one.
They have
Like,
their
I
own
watched-
appeal, right? I feel like the more recent Pennywise is definitely Mill, really.
No, it's not because of any preference of mine. I was just, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not.
No, because, like, scary clowns, right?
Never
Yeah.
come across a
I
clown in real life to judge.
You know, the thing with this one is I watched the opening scene of the new It just to get an idea of how the actor plays the character of Pennywise, and it's fucking terrifying.
So I cannot in good conscience like be a judge of this, because any work of Stephen King in general, and especially It, is ruined for me by the fact that Stephen King felt it was necessary to include a prepubescent sewer orgy.
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah, no, I cannot, like, I cannot have any respect for Stephen King as a writer anymore.
Maybe it was the cocaine talking. Who knows?
No, he was explicitly sober while writing It.
Maybe you should have stayed on the cocaine then.
Yeah, no, he was like, so his campy stuff was mostly on the drugs, and the really fricked up stuff was on the depression. and PTSD.
Oh boy.
Where are we putting
But
Pennywise then?
Stephen King's mind is a much worse place when he's sober. There's a reason he turned to drugs and alcohol.
Also, fortunately, neither of the movie adaptations include the infamous sewer orgy.
I should hope so. I don't think it would be legal to
Yeah.
include that.
Definitely not. And all the better for it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, proof that you don't need that in the story. For the story to make sense, Stephen.
Yeah, no.
There's other ways of showing a symbolic coming of age than a prepubescent sewer orgy.
I know. We
That's
really
not
don't
symbolism anymore, Stephen.
So Pennywise.
A tier.
Solidly an A tier.
I'd say above Jack Torrance. But below Carrie, because Carrie's a better character.
Jack is above Carrie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like we should put Carrie a bit higher on the list. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Carrie should be just below Jigsaw.
Alright. OG Pinhead.
Pinhead is just so iconic that if we put him anywhere other below A tier, it's just unfair.
Yeah. We can put him at the bottom of A tier, but he deserves it to be an A tier.
I don't know, I feel like in a dark alley I'd rather meet the Demogorgon than Pinhead. Because, like, the Demogorgon will just kill you, but Pinhead will make you suffer.
True. Then again, he won't eat your soul like Pennywise might. So, below Pennywise.
And also, he's not a metaphor for crippling alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
So probably below Jack Torrance as well.
Fair enough. The Predator, which seems wrong to have it on a horror movie list, because The Predator wasn't really a horror movie.
Predator is absolutely... Well, okay.
Predator is more of an action thriller than a horror movie.
Yeah, so the thing about The Predator is... like, as the Predator movies went on, the Predator became the protagonist.
Yeah.
Like... Predator 1 was great. Predator 2 was honestly not bad.
Isn't Predator 2 one of the few movies to get the distinction of getting an NC-17 rating through violence alone?
I don't know. I don't think it deserved an NC-17 rating for violence alone. But, like, it's kind of like, I like the urban combat aspect of it. It did have the
which one had Danny Glover?
Character.
Which one had Danny Glover?
It did have Danny Glover, yes. So I would say Predator is pretty high up the list. The Predator movies, though, got consistently worse as they tried to write a story and add lore.
I've heard that Predators is a pretty decent movie.
It's a decent action flick more than anything else. It's not really horror or thriller.
Yeah, so the thing about they made this weird thing where they made it some sort of racial allegory because the predators that we've seen in the previous movies are in fact like the enslaved minority of their species, and they made a whole story background about it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Let's just consider the version that's in the main version of each movie.
I mean, when you go up against Arnold Schwarzenegger and Donald Glover, you just you have bad luck. Wait, did Arnie lose? Or he wasn't able to kill the predator?
No, he killed. Well, the predator actually
wounded it.
Yeah, the predator actually tried to take its bowl and kill itself to take out.
Yeah, no, the predator decided to detonate its pocket nuke rather than admit defeat.
Yeah. Didn't manage to take out the likes of Jesse Ventura. Fucking, I can't remember his actors' names. Apollo Creed.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but Donald Glover soloed him.
You mean Danny
Donald
Glover? You mean Danny Glover?
Okay,
Donald
okay.
Glover is too is too young.
I don't know. I feel like the Prowler could take the Predator.
My instinct is that while the Predator is very strong, still like non-supernatural, so probably should just go above Leatherface.
Yes, he is definitely.
But he's superhumanly strong. Like
he's like an alien. He counts as supernatural.
Fair
also, he has a nuke, so I feel like his threat level goes up.
Yeah, I think A tier, easy.
All right.
I would put him at the bottom of A tier. Yeah.
I'd say above the Demogorgon. I'd say above Demogorgon.
Well, no, but the thing is, he's less threatening because he has honor.
But he's more threatening.
What?
The Demogorgon can only kill like whatever gets in melee range.
Yeah, but like the Predator chooses not to kill people who can't fight back. Their whole thing is that they only seek out worthy opponents.
I guess that's fair.
So
it
like,
also isn't
for
like
example,
a feral
the Predator would absolutely just like ignore me because I'm a worthless degenerate and horribly unhealthy. So you know.
Do Predators have a crotch to go for?
Hmm?
Do Predators have a crotch to go for, like to kick?
We're not sure. I believe actually they've tried that in the movies, and it didn't.
Fair
do
enough.
anything.
Pretty sure they have a cod piece.
They do have cod pieces, yes.
So above or below
also,
Demogorgon?
I would say below Demogorgon because he has honor and would not harm innocents. Except, well, not intentionally harm innocents. No, I don't think the Predator in either of the two good movies harmed anyone who couldn't reasonably fight back.
Yeah. Also,
even
the Alien vs. Predator movies are dubiously canon at best.
I've watched the Alien vs.
The good guys in the Alien vs. Predator movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are the anti-heroes compared to like the alien. The xenomorphs are explicitly antagonistic.
I mean that is the issue. That is the point. Is that if the Predators didn't have morals, they probably would be higher up the list. But the fact that
absolutely, they could just like drop pocket nukes all over the place.
Yeah, but the fact that they do means that they are inherently less threatening. I mean, you probably have to cripple yourself to get out of it, but it'd probably be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like they only go for like the top 1% of like impressive fighters, so we don't qualify by default.
Good for us, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's like there's never a better time to like be unproductive.
What be this?
Don't recognize it.
I feel like it's some sort of ghost girl.
Conjuring. Might be from The Conjuring.
Might be from The Conjuring. Might be from that one with Leonardo DiCaprio and the pictures. Shutter Island?
No, it's not Shutter Island. Shutter Island has a different antagonist. For now, we'll put in Don't Recognize.
No, it's not The Conjuring. It's not The Conjuring because The Conjuring is The Nun.
The Nun is a different antagonist from the antagonist in The Conjuring, though, isn't it?
Well, The Nun is in the Conjuring universe, but The Nun isn't like the antagonist of the prequel.
Yeah.
Let me reverse
Google. The two are different there's more than one evil ghost in the Conjuring universe.
Let me reverse Google, see if I can figure it out.
Also, the stupidest part of the Conjuring universe is that it's quote-unquote based on the true adventures of this one couple who are the equivalent of the ghost facers from Supernatural.
Oh, God.
In real life.
Oh,
Except
God.
they seem to actually buy into their crap to a certain extent.
Send that. Open that. I'm honestly not that hopeful, but I will not save. Search Google. It's just... Jesus Christ, it's coming up with fucking gaming PCs. And mesh.
What? But why?
I don't know.
So we're just gonna
Just
We're
put
just
it
gonna
in
leave this
DNR for now.
unrecognized.
Let's move on to
Yeah.
the ring.
I don't know what to do with the ring because it's
Don't-
a pretty terrifying concept. But I haven't seen the movie.
Don't watch the
So-
video.
Yeah, that is basically the long and the short of it.
Don't watch the scary
right.
video. Seems
To
like
be
a dumb
fair-
move.
To be fair, if someone, like, let's say you're in a universe where the movie The Ring does not exist, and someone's like, hey, if you watch this video, you'll totally die, you'd watch the video, wouldn't you?
No.
No? I mean, it depends. How early on in the run are we going? Because if multiple people have actually
No,
died
if you're, like, the
after
first
watching...
person.
If you're the first
If
person...
you're the first person. If you're the first person and someone just walks up to you and is like, hey, this is a super scary video where if you watch it, you'll die, you'd definitely be like, I don't believe you.
At the same time, I still probably wouldn't watch it, but, you know, I'm
I
like
wouldn't
that.
watch it just because it's scary. Right? But, like, there's people out there who, for some horrible masochistic reason, enjoy feeling fear.
I still think it gets brought down from the fact that it is very easy to, you know, not trigger the circumstances, and that is, you know, just not watching the fucking videotape.
Yeah, that's fair. Though, I believe there's, like, circumstances where the video is not necessary.
Now
Yeah,
that would be a different case. 'Cause, like, if the video is not necessary, then yeah, pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, I believe after a certain amount of propagation, it just, like, can murder you. And the people around you. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point it's capable of murdering people who have never seen the video.
Dang. I mean, that deserves a B tier then.
I would definitely say.
Okay,
yeah.
the fucking protagonist of The Ring is so fucking stupid.
Well, yes, but, like, that's just horror movie protag.
Four
101.
people died after watching the tape, and like, and you go, you know what I'll do? I'll go to a creepy fucking cabin and watch it.
That's really dumb. But yeah, no, B tier.
High B tier,
Low B tier.
low B tier.
Well, still, I would say on the like one step below The Grudge.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, The Grudge, you don't have to intentionally trigger it. The Grudge is triggered by accident, whereas the Ring is, like, triggered by incompetence.
Idiocy.
Because, like, The Grudge, you can die just by renting the wrong apartment. The Great Pumpkin.
That's Samhain from Trick or Treat. He's literally the spirit of Halloween.
But, like, he's the Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown.
Kinda. I still think he's terrifying. I've actually seen this movie all the way through, and he's terrifying.
I mean... Definitely, I would say, because it's a supernatural entity that can't really be killed, it deserves a reasonably high rating, right?
I'd say A.
I haven't watched this movie, so I
have. I say A.
Okay, yeah, I'll defer to your judgment then.
Where B it's an A.
I'd say just below Pennywise.
What's the name of the movie again?
Trick
or
Treat.
Ah, I see.
It's a Halloween anthology movie. Yeah. Next one is the demon from The Exorcist.
So The Exorcist is the Seinfeld effect, right?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm right in remembering that didn't The Exorcist cause like what
Cause
was
people
it?
to faint.
Did it actually, or was that just like
It
publicity
legit caused
stunt?
people to faint.
Hmm.
Like, to the best of my knowledge, that's what happened.
Well, no, what I'm trying to remember, it either increased or severely decreased sales of Ouija boards,
Huh.
which was sold by Hasbro of all places or of all companies.
Pretty. I could be wrong.
I can't remember. I know I watched a QI clip about it, but I can't remember exactly the circumstances. Either way, that's still pretty good. So I'm willing to give Exorcist the benefit of the doubt.
I suppose, yeah, there's no harm in it.
So I mean, clearly supernatural, but then where in the supernatural part of the list do we go?
I mean, by virtue of the fact that doesn't the exorcism succeed to some extent? Or like what is the resolution of the movie? Does anyone remember?
At Karas's invitation, the demon leaves Regan's body and takes hold of Karas in a final moment of strength and self-sacrifice. Karas throws himself out the window before he can harm Regan, falling to his death down a set of stone steps and defeating the demon at last.
Ah, okay, so it's a heroic sacrifice sort of deal.
So it literally took a dude sacrificing his life to defeat the demon.
And seeing as it claimed to be the devil itself, then
I mean, if you can beat Satan, then I feel like
Satan came back though. Like,
well, yeah,
There are
but like,
sequels.
we don't talk about that part.
This still deserves a pretty high ranking.
I would not I would not dispute that whatsoever. Yeah.
again, though, where in the high B, A, or S tier does it go?
I mean, it's basically a high-ranking demon, so I'd say S.
I can see that. Yeah, I guess. Like low S tier, yeah.
Low S.
Below Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Probably.
Cool. Two old men in a lighthouse.
So
I think it's
Lighthouse,
the
I have not
Lighthouse
watched
itself.
that movie. From what I can tell, it's one of those like fancy art house movies that I don't really understand at all.
It's a good movie. It's a very good movie.
What movie is it?
But yeah, The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
The one with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. Talking about what the villain is, though, is kind of a spoiler.
It is a spoiler, yes. It's
spoiler
kind of
warning then.
one of.
I kind of want you guys to actually watch it because
I don't intend
have
on
not
watching
watched
it.
and I will probably not watch it. Yes.
Not that interested.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
not really
But
my
like,
thing.
the villain isn't some.
You cut out, Jack.
You cut out. I believe it doesn't want the movie to be spoiled.
Okay, I still think the villain. I think it's a really terrifying thing. So, I'd say a high A tier.
Are they still just humans, though?
No.
No, there's explicitly supernatural elements from what I can
Fair
tell.
enough.
I'd say above Hannibal Lecter.
But below Evil Dead Girl?
Below Evil Dead. There's no, like, demonic element that we know, but it's still some horrifying shit.
Fair enough. None from The Conjuring. Or Conjuring 2.
Meh.
Yeah, it's just like it's a supernatural entity, yes, but the movie's not good.
D tier.
Which is,
Ooh.
yeah.
Above Karlov, above the Xenobites, below the Cenobites.
Below.
Probably below this. Yeah.
Weird.
Again, it's not that it's like not powerful, it's just like not very scary.
Yeah.
Or not even that it's not scary, it's like the movie's not good. But that's really all it is.
Weird deer type thing.
I don't recognize one.
Yeah, that I recognize that vaguely. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh, it looks like a
I
clear
feel
enough.
like I should know what this is.
Looks like a clear enough picture, so I should be able to reverse Google it, unlike the others.
Is it the Krampus? I don't think it's the Krampus.
I feel like
Yeah,
the
it
Krampus
definitely
is
looks-
more humanoid.
It depends on the version of the Krampus, I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll just toss in don't recognize for now.
Well, no,
Yeah.
let me reverse Google it first and see what I get.
Okay.
As I said, it's a fairly distinct picture, so it should be... or not. As in spirit? Did I say spirit?
Don't know.
I'm getting like it's from a fucking Chinese like fucking video site. So I'm having to go Google Translate. It looks like it might be Loki.
Yeah, but like from what is the question?
Is it Loki's bastard?
Light here?
Is it The Ritual? It might be The Ritual. Aha, it's The Ritual. 2017 British horror film.
Never heard of it.
Same here.
Box office of 1.3 to 1.6 million.
That is not a good sign.
Really
I'd say
isn't,
shit
huh?
tier.
Wow, that seems
No,
harsh.
like just because the movie's bad doesn't. I would like it. I mean, it looks kind of cool.
I guess.
I feel like we can give it points for appearance.
Yeah, I guess. D or C then?
I suppose, yeah. I mean, it's explicitly supernatural, so we can like put it just below Imhotep.
Sure.
There's also some like cult stuff going on as well.
Cult stuff's always fun, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a Jotun.
Neat.
Those Jotun are always getting up to some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it deserves to be above Nosferatu, just on sheer appearance alone.
Yes, on appearance alone, honestly, it's definitely more intimidating than the goat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not as scary as the goat, but it's like more intimidating than the goat.
Yeah,
like,
but it should be below Cloverfield.
Yeah, it's not a kaiju. Yeah.
So maybe we should move Cloverfield up.
Assuming it's some sort of mythological creature that suggests that it's like pretty scary.
We should probably move Cloverfield up.
Above Human Centipede, Doctor?
Well, I think we should just bump Cloverfield up to B tier.
Honestly, yeah, because like a kaiju just is pretty freaking terrifying in general.
Mm-hmm. Next up is another terrifying thing. The Thing.
Oh, is that the Thing? Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't usually see the Thing as the Thing. The Thing is usually everything but the Thing.
Yeah. It's a shape-shifting alien parasite thingamajig.
It's also very hard to kill with any sort of conventional weapon, so, like, I don't know, it's pretty scary to me.
Spawned a pretty fun video game as well.
Yep.
And, I think the most, interesting thing about the Thing is that it actually is more terrifying unlike a lot of horror movie monsters, it's scarier the more people are around it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
This is Among Us. This is OG Among Us.
So, S tier?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a safe assumption.
Where in S tier?
So it's like certainly not Eldritch levels, but I would probably say it's more powerful than Jason and probably like scarier just because of the fact that it's, you know, so difficult to pin down.
Mm-hmm.
So above Jason but below Coraline?
Below Other Mother. Below Other Mother, yeah.
Fair enough. Other Pennywise, I assume.
So how do we feel about Tim Curry?
I mean, he is pretty damn funny and entertaining.
Shame then that this is not a list about funny or particularly entertaining. Well, it's sort of about entertaining, but
it's about entertaining, but it's not necessarily about funny.
Mm-hmm. Like the version of Pennywise is a lot more campy.
Put it this way, I would be scared by the 2017 one if that came at me. This one I'd be probably less scared of until it killed me.
It is important to note that he's an Eldritch horror either way.
Yes.
I mean, he still should be below 2017 it, though.
Yes, definitely.
Also, his greatest enemy is a frickin' turtle.
Mm-hmm. That is funny.
You know, considering what Stephen King is like, his books are surprisingly Christian.
Huh.
His, like, expanded universe, I mean. It's like, especially The Dark Tower, which is kind of his, like, Cosmere tie things together series, is very, Narnia-esque in its level of Christianity.
So where are we putting Pennywise, the Elder? Low A, high B?
Above the, probably like low A tier.
Mm-hmm.
Above the Predator, above the Demogorgon, above Pinhead?
I would say above the Demogorgon, because it's just, like, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Don't recognize this one.
It's the Tethered from Us.
The what? From what?
The Jordan Peele movie Us. The antagonists, the doppelgangers.
Ah.
Is that what the premise of Us is?
Yes.
I have not, I'm not experienced with Jordan Peele in general. Mainly because he makes very scary... He makes very scary films, and I'm a coward.
Yes. I have not watched the movie either.
But if it's in the same sort of vein as the Thing, how convincing are these copies?
I don't know. Not as convincing as the ones in the Thing.
I would probably, like, put it, like, wherever the Thing is, I'd put it, like, below. Like, by a couple of steps. In the same vein as Pennywise and the Elder and the Younger.
No, this is a different thing altogether.
Well, yeah, but, like, the basic premise is the same.
Kinda. Ish. But yeah.
Well, it's not the same, but, like, they're both shape-shifting monstrosities.
They're not shapeshifters. They're
well, okay,
literal
yes, doppelgangers are different, but, like, they both feature people who are also you.
Mm. Yeah.
The tethered are basically...
They can be killed.
The tethered are basically living shadows who are forced to mimic their double's actions and go through the motions, but with none of the proper context or joy.
Oh, that's terrifying.
The tethered are the results of a failed cloning project that was run by the government to infiltrate and control the American people.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
That sounds like the government, though.
It does, but, like, no, I feel like it's, like, it would be better if it wasn't sci-fi.
I suppose.
I feel like it loses something by being sci-fi. It's kind of like the Michael Myers principle, right? Like,
yeah.
When you try and make, like, I guess sci-fi because, like, science is much more easily understandable, so it's much more easy to, like, conceptualize what is and is not reasonable.
I say A tier, though. A tier seems reasonable.
Yeah, okay. Works for me.
We're in A tier?
Low A tier. I would definitely put it, like, below, like, the Predator. Like, I would say bottom of A tier.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a cult.
I think this is from
Midsommar. Midsommar, yes.
Iron J Gaming, this will be put up on Twitter, on YouTube. And we'll put the actual tier list itself on Twitter as well.
Yes.
If we just
Alright, I forgot you did that. So the thing about Midsommar,
there's links to the archives. So
the
it
thing
is a
about
cult.
the Midsommar cult is that it's well, it's a cult first of all. So you know.
And you have lots of experience with cults.
Look, okay, it was one time.
It's a hard thing to live down. You have to realize that.
Okay, I get it, but, like, it was one time, guys. Anyway, it's not only is it a cult, it's like Nordic cult.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like the real bad guys are people.
As always.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know, I would say they're not, like, I would say they're, like, I would actually put them above Leatherface because they're organized. Right? Because, like, it's like...
It is a collective group of people.
It's a collective group of people, as
Yeah.
opposed to just one dude with a chainsaw. I think the more somewhat intimidating part about it is that they kind of, like... At no point do they, well, no. Some of them, yes, they absolutely murder them horribly, but some of them they just brainwash into doing the murders on their own, which is kind of just an additional layer of fear.
Yeah. So, rich old white men. Where are we going with them?
S tier, because they're so true to life.
Thank you very much, INJ Gaming. Hope you have a good night's sleep.
Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
So yeah, rich white dudes.
They're absolutely the top of
realism.
Yes, top of S tier because they exist in real life, and that's like Freddy Krueger is terrifying, but he's not real.
I wouldn't say top of S tier.
Look, they're more scary than Freddy Krueger because Freddy Krueger isn't real. And
I kind of agree.
Not wrong.
Part of the reason Get Out is so scary is because it's actually could be true.
Yeah.
You've at least got that plausible deniability with the likes of Freddy Krueger of there's nobody who can invade my dreams, right?
Mm-hmm. Next one is a werewolf that I don't recognize.
I mean, I think it's just supposed to be werewolves in general.
Yeah.
I mean, on average, werewolves are B tier.
Werewolves are scary, but they're also only around for like, what, 1 to 3 nights a month?
Yeah, something like that.
True, and they're also like, well, okay, it depends. Do they have a community?
Hmm.
If it's a community of a pack of werewolves is much scarier than an individual werewolf. Because if they're organized and have a society, that suggests you're boned.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just one individual werewolf, I would say low A tier.
I would also say it depends on how, like, aware the werewolf is.
Well, it could go either way, right? Like, sometimes a werewolf is...
Like a mindless werewolf is probably less scary than one with human intelligence. That knows what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends, because, like, some werewolves that have human intelligence just, like, choose not to be dicks.
Well, yes,
right?
that is the other side of the equation, most definitely, yeah.
So, like, it depends on what the werewolf decides to do with said intelligence.
I think it probably levels out to above Frankenstein's monster.
Probably, yeah.
But so
especially
top
there's
top
the
of B
potential
tier.
for like, especially because like there's only one. So you'll notice in B tier, a lot of them for all of the supernatural things in B tier actually there's only one of them.
Yeah.
Whereas werewolves suggest a phenomenon.
The xenomorph.
Xenomorph is probably A tier.
It's like they're very hard to kill. Yeah. So like,
not to mention they have acid blood.
They have acid blood. They're like very hard to kill with conventional weaponry. They're intelligent and utilize ambush tactics when necessary. And I'm pretty sure.
You just like went into
roboted.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they can survive in the vacuum of space too.
Possibly. I mean, the scariest aspect for me is the whole face huggers and implanting of eggs.
Yeah, I know. It's just like not fun to even conceptualize.
Very Freudian too.
Oh, absolutely. Like explicitly. Like there's not even like a metaphorical sort of deal.
So if we're putting it in A tier, where in A tier are we putting it?
I'd say below Predators, because Predators are if we go by Alien versus Predator, then Predators are stronger than Alien.
But again, there's the whole issue of Predator having morals that aliens don't, that xenomorphs don't.
Well, and also, Predators are capable. And 1 second. Predators are like capable of fighting back against aliens due to superior technology, but I'm pretty sure the xenomorphs have them beat on like sheer weight of numbers.
And if I recall correctly from Alien versus Predators, didn't the xenomorphs kill 2 of the predators?
Yes, no, it was a Pyrrhic victory. Like
Yeah. And then the third one died.
Like one, not only did the third one die, the third one caused a xenomorph outbreak because the third one caused a xenomorph outbreak because it got infected.
Yeah.
So like they took the corpse back for burial through the Predator spaceship, and then caused a xenomorph outbreak on the ship.
So I think on that basis, yeah, Xenomorph does need to be higher than Predator. Like predators can definitely kill Xenomorphs, but like we aren't coming at this from the perspective of a Xenomorph. We are coming at this at the perspective of a human who, you know, most likely is not threatening to a predator.
Predators can win the battle, but the war could go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, as much as a predator can kill dozens, if not hundreds, of aliens in one go, predators have more natural weaponry on them.
You mean
alien,
xenomorphs?
rather.
Yeah.
Xenomorphs.
And that's the thing, is that like they have more natural weaponry, and eventually they'll just tire them out.
Yeah.
Right? Like unless you can like decisively get rid of the queen, you just tire them out.
Speaking of which, the queen on her own kind of tips the scales, because like if we're going by like alien queen versus predator, it's no contest unless the predator busts out like heavy weaponry.
With alien queen versus predator, I mean that's exactly what happens. Is that it's at best a double kill. Like, at best, the Predator has to give up their life to kill the alien queen, which is what happened at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So, we have to take into account, A, the sheer weight of numbers, and B, the alien queen herself when ranking this.
Yes.
I think probably closer to the top of A tier.
I think, I would say as well, probably you judge them to be slightly higher.
I will say that I think this is stronger than the Xenomorphs are stronger than Demogorgon, probably.
I'm going top of A tier, honestly.
It's pretty close, I would say, yeah. It's like mid A tier, not near the top, but like not near the bottom either.
I think it should go below like the more supernatural stuff, like it should go at least below Skarsgård Pennywise.
Yeah, I would say like it's like they're not to the level of like an eldritch abomination, right? Like they are very much they're a living creature that can be killed.
Yeah,
right.
Fair
like
enough.
You can eventually cause the extinction of the aliens as long as you use the right tactics.
Yeah,
you can't nuke Pennywise.
I feel like at this point we should also probably reevaluate Jigsaw.
Yes, yeah, because like Jigsaw was very early on the list, so.
I'd say lower A tier, probably below the Predator.
I would say Jigsaw is probably near the bottom of A tier. Yeah, right? Like I think Jigsaw is a dude, but he has the advantage of he doesn't like go against people like with his own flesh. He's Kevin McAllister is the thing.
So above or below the Tethered?
Probably above, honestly, because like.
Yeah.
So, I believe that's the ghost from PT.
Yes, okay, we're getting to the video game ones. Yes, it's the ghost from PT. Which is basically a hybrid of the Grudge, the Ring, and, like, Silent Hill. So, you know, take that as you will.
Could you not just, not go to the house it's in?
Yes, no, that is the case.
So, probably high B.
Probably, yes,
mid
like
B.
mid B. I would say mid B tier.
Or are we putting it, around the Ring and the Grudges?
I would say it's probably like
below.
No, I would say it's above the Ring but below the Grudge. Because the implication is that it doesn't follow you out of the house.
Okay.
But at the same time, you do have to go to the house.
That is Mr. X, if I am...
Yes. Mr. X is kind of like, he's very slow, is the thing.
He's very easy to juke, honestly.
Yes. Yeah,
isn't he also like a juggernaut who takes obscene amounts of damage?
He is, but at the same time, he can be killed with conventional weaponry.
That automatically knocks him out of S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because he does, in fact, granted, it takes anti-tank rockets, but at the same time, it only takes anti-tank rockets. Because, like, the other antagonist, like, the final boss of RE2 takes a nuke. So the Tyrant is naturally below that. So yeah, I would say we put him in A tier. Because he's an absolute juggernaut, right? But at the same time, he's, like, not to the extent of being unkillable. Like, even, you can, down him with regular bullets. Like, you can't actually hurt him, but, like, you can, like, stun him with just regular-ass 9mm rounds.
So...
where in A tier does he go?
Are we saying below, Campy Pennywise, then? If he can be killed.
Definitely below Campy Pennywise, because he can be killed, and he can even, like, be stunned, and he's very slow. Honestly, I wouldn't mind putting him at the top of B tier. Yeah, I would say put him in B tier instead, like high B tier. I don't think he's, like, dangerous enough for A tier.
Above or below Werewolves of Frankenstein?
I'd say
above Frankenstein, below Werewolves.
Yeah, I'd say definitely below Werewolves, just because Werewolves have numbers. That one is also Resident Evil, if I'm...
that one is Nemesis, yes.
Nemesis.
So Nemesis is like, is Mr. X... is like a direct upgrade to Mr. X.
Right.
But also killable with conventional weaponry.
So that'd be low A tier then.
Well, no, because he took a nuke. So he would be in the A tier. I would say probably one-on-one Nemesis could take on the average Xenomorph Queen.
Really?
Okay, so
yes.
above a
Nemesis
Xenomorph, below Pennywise.
Yes.
Wow.
It's like Nemesis is basically a bioengineered super weapon that takes a nuke to take down. And like conventional damage will just make it adapt and grow stronger. Like you can temporarily kill it with conventional weaponry, and then it will come back stronger in a different form.
This one I don't recognize. Is it Silent Hill something?
Pyramid Head.
Well, no, Pyramid Head is before this. Or after this, sorry.
Okay, hang on. Let me take a look.
Looks more Eldritch-y.
Oh no, that's Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Ah.
I don't know, the monsters in Amnesia aren't really the scary part. The thing is, in Amnesia, the game design is scarier. Because it's a game that explicitly does not have any mechanics for you to fight back.
So
but, like,
how
the
are we
monsters
doing?
themselves don't seem like they'd... Also, the monsters may be a figment of your tortured imagination, like your tortured psyche. I don't know. I'm not sure. But the basic gist of it is that the monsters are only scary because the game does not allow you to fight back. They're also, like, hideable and jukeable and dodgeable, so I would put them, like, high C tier.
above Invisible Man.
Yes.
Now Pyramid Head.
So Pyramid Head is weird.
Well, yeah, he's got a fucking pyramid for a head.
Because like Pyramid Head is exclusive to one individual.
Right.
Right? He is like basically Pyramid Head is a single individual's trauma made manifest. Now, if you consider Pyramid, because like here's the thing, Pyramid Head is kind of symbolic of Silent Hill as a whole, and Silent Hill as a whole is terrifying. Because unlike with a lot of other things like PT, you cannot just not go to Silent Hill. Because Silent Hill will literally summon you to it.
Those seem
Silent
pretty
Hill
bad.
will come to you. Yeah. So like Silent Hill, the town is hella haunted by eldritch abominations. However, you cannot just avoid it by not going to Silent Hill.
Right. So do we want to consider this like just the
I think Silent Hill is
representative
better
of
than
Silent
Pyramid
Hill
Head
on its own?
Yes, because like just Pyramid Head doesn't make much sense. So Silent Hill as a whole, its only weakness is that the eldritch abominations of Silent Hill doesn't houses eldritch abominations, but the implication is that the town itself is the biggest eldritch abomination. Like it's an eldritch location sort of deal.
Okay.
So the only weakness, Silent Hill's only weakness is that it has to act through proxies. Like it can summon you. So basically, what it does is it actually has to work through two layers. Because Silent Hill is an eldritch abomination that houses eldritch abominations, which work through people to summon them into the real world.
Fun.
So, but the thing is, you can't avoid Silent Hill if it targets you. But you can fight back.
So where are
I'd
we
say
putting
A
it?
tier.
Okay.
A tier. Mid A tier.
Between the Pennywises?
I would say probably like... I would say like probably above Pennywise, because like Pennywise can't be killed, but it can be like defeated overall, whereas you can't really beat Silent Hill. You can just escape it.
Right.
Also, Pennywise does have a couple of humorous moments.
And has some explicit weaknesses, like So here's the thing. Pennywise is not the only cosmic entity in its universe. Right? There's like the good, like Pennywise is evil cosmic entity, but there's also good cosmic entities like the magic turtle. That is its equal but separate.
So between Carrie and Pennywise.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no! I would. Oh right, if Carrie is higher, yeah.
Yeah, Carrie is higher.
Yeah. No.
Where's this next one?
I believe it's Slender Man, isn't it?
Is
Shit, is that Slenderman?
Slenderman?
I think it is.
Is it a Slenderman?
Looks vaguely like him.
Slenderman.
It does seem to
Slenderman.
be a Slenderman.
Yep, that's Slenderman. So that automatically puts him in A tier.
Yeah, Slenderman is terrifying, like conceptually.
Do you want to do A tier or S?
I would S tier.
Yeah,
Slenderman
I
is
agree.
relatively single target, but inescapable, unkillable, and an eldritch horror.
So on the subject of Slender Man, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there is a game that is basically a Slender Man reskin.
Is it the hentai one?
No, it's the Lunch Lady one.
That sounds hilarious.
I mean, there's a literal Slenderman reskin, except instead of Slenderman, it's the SCP statue, and instead of letters, you find hentai.
Well, this one you're literally just going around a school collecting collecting, I think it's exam sheets, and the lunch lady is chasing you. Its AI is very stupid. It is very easy to just juke it around a table. B, if you are downed, you do have to look up its skirt.
Oh no. Oh, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
And yet the
gross.
reviews are filled with, "Oh, I wish she'd sit on me," sort of thing.
Yeah, that's
but
a
that's
meme.
internet.
That's like no one actually wants that. That's entirely them
Mimi.
trying to be cool. Yeah, funny and memey.
Anyway, so S tier? Where in
Yes.
S tier?
Yeah.
I don't know, pretty high.
Say above
like-
Jason.
Yeah, because like Jason is relatively vulnerable, all things considered. Well, not vulnerable, but like can be temporarily stopped.
Is there no way to avoid Slender Man, like avoid triggering anything?
Nope.
Nope. If Slenderman decides to slender you, then you're fricked.
Yep, you're boned. I'd say above the Thing, actually, because at least the Thing is, like, killable.
Well,
I feel like
the thing
fiction-
isn't really killable, but you can like avoid the thing.
Yeah. Slenderman is just, like, always with you.
Yeah.
This one is video game, but I don't recognize it.
Is it Bioshock? Is that not just a Big Daddy?
I've not played Bioshock, so...
I haven't played Bioshock either. No, that doesn't look like
Daddies
Bioshock.
are so it's weird, right? Because like Big Daddies are neutral enemies for the most part. They literally only get in the way if you try to attack their little sisters or save them. But the thing is, they're brainwashed and crazy, and also like a dude with a wrench can kill them.
I don't think it's a big...
Okay.
I don't
In
think it's a
their
Big
signature
Daddy.
suits.
I don't think it's Big Daddy. It looks too big to be a Big Daddy. Big Daddy seem more squat.
Is that not Subject Delta?
Not to mention, it doesn't look like it's in the Big Daddy's signature suit thing.
Let me see. Oh, that's not a Big Daddy at all.
No.
I was wrong. I just saw the silhouette. I have no idea what that is.
Alright, reverse Google.
Oh,
In the meantime, do we just want to rank zombies in general?
High S tier. I hate zombies. They terrify me.
really?
Yeah, but
Really?
like there's okay, it depends. Slow zombies are not particular. Okay, you know
Slow
what,
zombies.
actually-
No, zombies are scary because of sheer weight of numbers.
No, zombies are scary because people would absolutely hide that they're bitten or infected and like
Yeah.
not take any precautions because, as the recent pandemic has taught us, a zombie apocalypse is just a pandemic with added murder. And honestly, I feel like we'd be boned because
Exactly.
of the existence of you know. So yeah, no, zombies are S tier. S for stupidity of humanity, because that is what they represent.
where
The other one appears to be from Resident Evil 3.
That no, because Resident Evil 3 is Nemesis.
Where in S tier are
the
we?
subtitle of Resident Evil 3 is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, so I don't think that's...
Where are we putting the zombies?
I want to put it top of S tier, but that's my fear talking.
Not top of S tier, yeah, no.
That's
Yeah.
my fear talking.
Below all of the Eldritch Abominations in S tier, so, you know. With that said, I will leave the goodbyes to you, because I have to put dog away, so I will talk to you later, though thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Alright, see you, Fuzzy.
Later. I want to say with the zombies, not top of S tier, but I want to say mid to low S tier. I'd say below Godzilla, because Godzilla can squash zombies.
Yeah.
and everything else above Godzilla is either like an eldritch horror of some kind, or otherwise like supreme, or otherwise powerful and difficult to kill. Zombies are kind of just like squishy.
Oh, this is OG
Even
Tyrant. This is OG Tyrant.
Oh, okay.
I
Where
think.
does that go?
If it's OG Tyrant, then it's probably less powerful than Mr. X and Nemesis. You'd imagine that they improved on the design through each iteration.
So probably C tier then?
I wouldn't go that far. I'd still say it's probably fairly high B tier.
Where in B tier?
Let me just... what do they have to do to beat it? There's the games. Resident Evil. Synopses. Tyrant. Okay. Okay, it doesn't actually say how they were. Oh, one of them was portrayed, or Ian Glenn portrayed them in a film. Interesting.
Huh.
Or at least one of them. Yeah, it's unintelligent, so certainly still powerful though, I would imagine. Let me see if I can get on the Resident Evil wiki itself. Maybe that'll tell me. I think it's the T0. That looks vaguely familiar indeed. Killed after suffering a direct hit from a rocket launcher.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's weak sauce compared to the others. I feel like that should still put him pretty high B tier, because I feel like Frankenstein's monster goes down to a rocket launcher.
True.
So I'd say above Frankenstein's monster, below Mr. X. And zombies. Fine, yeah, below Godzilla. But above Michael Myers. I'd still say that zombies are absolutely terrifying just because of their almost unstoppable nature.
The thing with zombies though is that individual ones are very killable.
Yes.
It's just the sheer weight of numbers that makes them terrifying.
So that is all we have. We have just under 3 hours. Our most feared horror movie monster / villain is of course Rich Old White Men. Our least feared, the only one in shit tier, which seems a bit harsh now that I think about it, is Annabelle.
Yeah.
You want to just get rid of shit?
You want to just get rid
of shit tier and just stick it bottom of D.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems harsh, but
Plus, she was the only one in there, so
yeah. But yeah, that is our list. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see. There we go. Do you want to, before we end, have a look at the community rank?
Oh yeah, sure.
Just download the image first. Ah, not enough rankings. Darn. Oh well. So that is that. In terms of future stuff, Saturday will be horror/thriller tropes. First time we've done a trope stream for a while, so that'll be interesting. We'll probably mention a lot of these characters as well. What else is there? Sunday is looking like it's going to be me and Fuzzy. Whether we do Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Control, haven't decided just yet. Probably decided by Saturday. Tuesday will probably be Control. And then next Thursday, do we have anything currently scheduled for next Thursday?
Not that I am aware of.
Let me just check. After podcast schedule. We do not, so off the top of my head, we might continue Ace Attorney now that we've finished Psychonauts 2.
Oh, that might be fun.
Certainly that's what I want to do is keep playing Ace Attorney at some point. And, it's a hilarious old game. Well, collection of games, really. But otherwise, thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this, even if we are not the most knowledgeable people on horror movies. I think we did a decent enough job.
I think so too.
So please give us a follow on Twitch and Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. And otherwise, we will see you next time. Good night.
Later.